I'm worried.
You thought it was Grayson?
Sorry, got hurt. It's like not him. Not him.
Crack his brain for anybody that can help, and remembers. Freeze.
The meteor.
No,
Randall Savage.
Randall Savage. With his knowledge and all other shit and his capacity to learn.
Absolutely.
This is the only vegan I'll ever eat is grilled chicken wings, because that's like vegan to me. You know what I'm saying? Because the chicken wings are supposed to be fried, but you grill the chicken wings, you put it in some sauce, and give it some blue cheese.
Is vegan.
That's vegan. Like regular moo cow fuck milk, put it in some Honey Nut Cheerios, vegan, because Honey Nut Cheerios is good for your heart. You know what I'm saying? And I steal the question from Cabs.
I got it right. Look at this.
I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal.
You're too late.
Wow.
I stay loose, I stay hype, I stay loose, I stay hype, I stay loose, I stay hype. I could do this all night, cause I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like, yeah, I do what I like. Sipping goose, sip is right, and I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow, yeah, I go with the flow. Cause I know I'm the show. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. Yeah, they know I'm a pro. Let's go, let's go! Yeah! Let's go! Here I go, I get lit, I get hyped for this shit. That's right.
Word. He be like, I got a left elbow and a right elbow. I can break your face with an any elbow. Make sure that you get elbowed in your elbow with an elbow. Got the arm ball, get the phone ball, get around with the bomb with the bomb ball.
That is gonna take you to Jersey Shore.
Yo, it is fucking Tuesday night. And you know what that means? Knucklehead Comics in the building. We got some man Lay in here. What's going on, Lay? Welcome back. Welcome back, bro.
Brothers, bring you back. Miss you, sons of bitches. But show's new. I was ready for that. I'm not gonna lie to you. Throw me off a little bit. But great to be back, man. Haven't talked comics in a minute. Got a lot of ideas flowing here. But most importantly, miss you, motherfuckers. 100%.
All right, we miss you too, man.
Hell yeah.
Caps couldn't stop the fighting between me and Cap.
Yeah, so I continuously watch, and I saw that one episode, and I was like, "Oh, okay, it got there." It went there. But then again, I'm like, I was explaining to somebody that watched it, that knows me. They were like, "Yo, what's the beef?" I go, "Your brothers." He goes, "Oh, sure, I got it, brother. I get it." The moment he realized you guys were family, he was like, "Oh, cool. Got it, no problem."
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Exactly.
Great minds think alike. Great minds think
Sir,
alike.
yes, sir, man. Had to put out the original for my re-debut.
I hear that. Shit.
I feel like a young pup, like a rook right now. So I'm trying to funny because Cap off camera, Cap asked me, "Oh, you know how to do this?" I go, "I'm a quick learner, but now I'm nervous. I don't know why I'm nervous. I'm nervous all of a sudden." Like
hey, man, you know what I'm saying? It's like riding a bike, bro. It's like riding a bike. We got this. We got this.
Sir, absolutely, sir.
You don't got to worry. There's only like 200,000 people watching right now.
No, it's okay. So, my thing is not the people watching, and that is a horrible picture show. What is that? I don't know. That looks like the glasses you put on with the nose, the fake nose, you know? Right?
Yeah.
But
the mustache.
Yeah, he looks like he's about to be like, "My name is Humpty."
Exactly.
It's a show kind of picture.
Recipe something. But yeah, it's the whole can I keep up? You know what I mean? Can I keep up? You know what I'm saying? Like ideas are one thing, but once you're live and you start doing this shit, can I keep up? So we'll see. We'll see. That's Saluna fighting to sleep like nobody ever fights before in their life. She's like it's like she's in a kumite. And she's fighting Bolo.
Shit.
That's what that is.
Man, so
she's fighting Bolo, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I
tell you
want
this,
campo.
if I put an 80s movies on, it should be on some. It's amazing
Shit,
how
but
it's captivator. It's crazy. The 80s movies captivator. We was watching Beverly Hills Cop earlier, and I sent Hodge the picture, and he was on some.
That just means you're raising it right.
I'm just saying.
That's it.
I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying. The Junior also is one of those. He'd be on some, like you'll, like over the chair, go, oh, I could see it. So you know, we're just trying to get him into it, man. Trying to get him into it. Yeah. It's been a minute though, fellas. How y'all doing? How y'all been?
Chilling, man. Just another day, another dollar.
Oh, to cap, I want to tell you congratulations on everything you've accomplished. I wasn't able to tell you this before, but I know Toe passed it on. But congratulations that we're live. Happy to hear that, brother. I'm happy to hear you're getting where you want to get, and hopefully further in this year, man. 100%.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Almost at that finish line, man. At that finish line.
That's what I'm talking about, man. That's all it's about, baby. 100%.
Cat made it on the Dungeons and Dragon movie. What happened?
No.
But
Oh shit!
I
thought he made it in the Dungeons and Dragon Part 2 or something. That would be the dream move.
That's another dream. I'm talking about right now. We got to crawl before we can fly. In the words of Ocean's 11, got to crawl before we can fly. So we're trying to get there.
If I made it in that movie, I would quit this podcast, and then you'd have to pay me to come on and interview me.
There we go.
Then you and your brother argue again. I ain't paying you.
Shit.
Well, exactly the same flow has always been. I'm with it, 100%, man.
Yeah, man. You know how it is. You come in here, you feel like a glove, bro. Ain't nothing changed up here. We didn't go corporate yet.
It's like your favorite bar, your favorite place to chill at. It's like Cheers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Somebody goes, no, and you're like, hey, I'm here. I know where I'm at. I know where I belong. I got my seat.
That's it. Shit.
Listen to that. Mahalo.
But yo, it's been a while, man. Any opinions on Echo and
I actually really enjoyed Echo. I thought it was really too short. I absolutely love the Native American aspect to it, and the fact that she has disabilities, and none of those fight scenes that I see it, especially the one with Daredevil, which was a solid fight scene, and then when you have Kingpin like acknowledge the fact that none of my men have held their own like that with him, until Bullseye when he hires him, but I like the fact that they gave her that. And you know what I do like, and people are not fans of, and I was literally having a discussion with a friend of mine. She doesn't have the print on her face, the hand print.
Yeah,
it's not like a tattoo or a birthmark. I'm like, that's pretty fucking stupid, man. I don't want. I like the fact that she was just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean they showed it in the beginning, but then she just did her thing.
Yeah, I like the fact that it was still so grounded that she had the conflict with the grandmother and with everybody else. And there was that one dude that owned the bowling alley that was telling her like, yo, y'all both stubborn. y'all exactly the same. Yeah. Oh, and shout out to the whole crew. I put this up. That the whole crew learned sign language just to communicate with her. So props to the whole crew for doing that. That's a beautiful thing, man. You know what I'm saying? And the girl who plays the younger version of her is her cousin. So another great little casting thing you want there. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, that shit was dope.
When it's a family thing, I love family thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's great, man. Yeah, but for the most part, I'll tell you this much: I wish it was 8 episodes. Because that's one of those shows that you can't stretch it that long. Also, is street level will never not get my vote. I love that kind of shit, and I have a whole thing to that I pitched to you guys on the chat. You know what I mean? And street level would be a great phase 7 or 8 or where the fuck they're up to at this point, because I forget now. Like, sometimes you got to go back to the basics and start over. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Shit.
Like I said, a good all-around show. It was better than a Secret Invasion, whatever the fuck that piece of shit was supposed to be.
Yeah, man.
It's funny because the comic book itself, I don't think is that great, but it didn't deserve whatever that shit was.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is that?
Seriously.
Yeah,
that was bad.
But, I feel bad for Sam L. But above everybody else, because he had a pilot through that bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
I saw
that
it
was fucking bad.
twice. I saw it twice, which I like to do with things and see it again and make sure I didn't understand something or I missed something. Because I would usually watch it when I'm going to work on the train. Like when I watch a podcast, same thing. When I'm going to work, I usually watch it on some. I'm zeroed in, watch it again. I was like, yo, it's worse than the first time. I don't know how it was worse than the first time. It was just like the Ja Rule album that I bought once. I listened to it the second time and I threw it out of the window.
Damn.
Damn.
It was exactly. So I was like, there goes $14.99. I'm never getting back.
You
And then there
bugging.
goes, almost 6 hours, I believe, of my life that I'm never gonna get back because that shit was bad.
Yeah.
Who did somebody not read the comic? What is going on with people not reading the source material?
Not only that, did anybody not watch the previous fucking movies that came out?
Yeah. I'm like, yo, you forgot all that was pre-built. There was so much work you didn't have to put in. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But they went the way they went. They did what they did. Luckily, we got Echo right after that because that shit was terrible.
Yeah. Yo, one of the guys that I work with, he said that he didn't like Echo, and he didn't like the way Vincent D'Onofrio was playing Kingpin. He's like, there was no more. And I'm looking at him, and literally in my head, I was like, yo, before I snap, I gotta find a way to get out of this conversation. Because I'm like, I don't know about you, but that shit felt like she was safe around Kingpin, even though everybody was scared shitless.
Exactly. Like she never felt intimidated by him. I don't think she ever felt intimidated by him. Even when she saw him alive, she was more shocked than scared. She was like, damn, I thought I killed this nigga, man. You know what I'm saying? I thought I killed this nigga. You know what I'm saying? But the Kingpin also did the whole, I'm not mad at you. I get why you did it. You found out some shit.
Word.
And whoever said Vincent D'Onofrio, look, listen, there's some things that are just in the MCU that are priceless. Tony Stark, RDJ, Captain America, Hawkeye when he did that series, you know what I'm saying? Black Widow. There's just some people that just do the Kingpin. You do not. You want to say something sideways about Kingpin? We're gonna talk. We'll have a conversation. It ain't gonna be peaceful. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be peaceful.
Yeah.
I got nothing but love for the way the character was done, everything that happened with it, the way he's evolved. So I know who he was talking to, but watch your fucking mouth because that's the Kingpin right there. That's my Kingpin. That's our Kingpin. Just like we have our Captain America, that's our Kingpin. All right? I'm just saying. But shout out to Michael Clark Duncan. Love you, man. Rest soul. But that's our Kingpin as well. I'm just saying.
Word.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Because he delivered that line, you wouldn't understand. I'm from the Bronx. Brung everything together.
Exactly. It's funny. I remember hearing that, and I was like, yeah. That kind of sums up the Kingpin in the line. To me, it's a better line than, well, you're from Queens, Brooklyn. I'm like, no, Captain America's from the Lower East Side. But I'll make it from Brooklyn, whatever. When it makes you happy, I don't care. But that one, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. You kill your pops with a hammer. You're from the Bronx. Let's just
pretty much.
That. And then he kept the hammer, by the way. That was a dope little tie-in to it. That he kept that hammer and he gave it to her to kill him. That was dope.
Yeah. Shit.
Yeah.
The Bronx is a different country.
I don't know. The Bronx, I think, is just different. Not even a state of mind. It's a different reality a lot of times. You see the clip online, you go, a lot of people say the Bronx is real. I go, it's real, and I'm happy it's real. You can't make this shit. I can't write that shit up. You can't write it.
Yeah.
Nope. Shit, they tried to, but that's how we got show.
Right, absolutely. Yeah. So,
Dude,
like I said, I enjoyed Echo. So, you know what I'm saying? I wish more for it. I hope there's more to it.
Did you catch the Marvels?
No. I told you guys I wasn't going to watch that. I don't know why you're asking me. I told you The last time I was on this, I was not gonna watch that movie. I saw
After,
Guardians of the Galaxy 3. That I saw.
what'd you think? What'd you
I
think of
loved
that?
it. I liked, you know what it is when you center around Rocket, basically the most interesting character in the whole thing. You kind of you really get to it, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I I teared up a couple of times, man.
Yeah,
That was some fucked up shit happening, brother. You know what I mean? You know what
word.
I'm saying? Yeah.
Yo, Anthony, I personally would not rewrite Moon Knight because I felt like that was a good representation of the character.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
and the
I
little
like
bit
the,
of shit that we got was like fucking deep and and insightful to the mind of the split personalities.
I like the whole fact that there was that one scene in I think it was Cairo, whatever they were, that the the third personality slipped out for a minute, for a little bit. I remember I was telling Cab goes, yo, I thought I was the one that heard it. He slipped out for a little bit. Then at the end of the series, you see him again. You know what I'm saying? So I was
Yeah.
like, the cab driver, I was like, oh, there we go. You know what I'm saying? So it was always, the writing was great and creative. I felt the same thing for Daredevil season 3, the way they did that. The writing was just so great in dealing with the split personalities and one making another one to protect themselves, you know. So yeah, I would not rewrite Moon Knight at all, and I would not recast it. Just to make sure you understand.
Word.
Moon Knight, right now, Oscar right now with me, and that in the Spider Verse. Yeah, just let him be. You got to write a passage with me. Let him go. Yeah, man. I would trash it and start it completely over.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have done it till we were ready, till we had all the superheroes ready for it. Unless you're gonna make them with them, you can't really do that justice. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know about you, Cap or Toe. I feel like if you don't have the characters that mean something in it, then you really can't do it justice. You know what I mean?
I think I would rewrite Secret Invasion as an invasion of the Kree, and they frame the scroll because we kind of had the scroll already in there, and a million came over and now you just literally wrote some horrible shit, made it impossible for us to fight these motherfuckers, and then you gave the superhero in the world all the power, literally all the powers of all our heroes, and then we leave, and now she's a Russian informant. It's like every word in that sentence was wrong. Like I would have did some shit where like the Kree comes down and they're fucking they're doing shit, they're kidnapping people, and they're framing the Skrull, and we have a battle between the Skrull and the humans and the heroes and all that other shit, and the Skrull, they feel like they're being they're being betrayed, and like, you motherfuckers don't trust us because they're jaded. They turn out, and that's when they start trying to become the Super Skrull at the end of the season, when they're like, oh shit, it was the Kree who did this, it wasn't y'all, we liked you again, something to that effect. But in all honesty, I think you Batwoman that shit.
I honestly, like, when they gave the Super Scroll, I was like, but that Super Scroll is only supposed to have the Fantastic Four powers. You could have so easily introduced a Fantastic Four in that with a Super Scroll, because the only Super Scroll known in comics that people know established and most comic book fans know is the one that has all of their powers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, they got cute with it. It didn't work. It sucked. The world leaders thing made sense. I understood that part. I kidnapped the world leaders, replacing them. Touche. Thumbs up. But they banked a hard left. I was like, what happened there?
Yeah.
Like,
we're gonna make a left turn. Good luck, everybody.
Yeah, after the second episode, I was like, well, I'm already invested. I gotta watch the rest of this shit at this point.
The only saving grace for it was the guy who played this Super Skrull did a phenomenal job.
Oh,
The
the
guy
actor,
with the rabbit?
he's good
Yeah.
though. Like the dude he's legit. You know what I'm saying? Is you can also always give him a spotlight act performances, but when that script is ass, it's ass. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, I don't know who greenlit that shit, but they should have rethought that hard.
Word. Yo, not to go off topic, but don't show look like he's in a Busta Rhymes music video right now?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I was thinking that one where he's where he has the Knight Rider card. Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
like shit.
Fired up. I'm sorry.
Cap, how would you? I don't know if you actually picked that show, but how would you do it?
Secret Invasion?
Yeah, did you pick it?
No.
Okay, yeah. So what would be your on the spot ideas for that show?
On the spot ideas. First off, we start with what do you call? Let's see. We start with Nick Fury coming down, having a talk with Rhodes,
Mhm.
killing Rhodes. Rhodes turned out to be a Skrull. So now you go the whole series going, oh shit, how long was Rhodey a Skrull for?
Exactly.
Was he a Skrull in the thing? What the fuck's going on? Right? Then you have more of the political intrigue where the world leaders have been replaced. They haven't gotten to replacing heroes yet.
Mhm.
That way you mitigate the necessity for other characters not being in it and all that shit. It's 100% political. Samuel L. Jackson, Nick Fury has to figure out how to navigate through essentially taking out all the world leaders because they're not the real ones.
Mhm.
You got Olivia Cole helping out. What's the white dude from Everett Ross?
Mhm.
You keep him
From
also
Wakanda.
as a role because we need more. You need more people to be swapped out,
Makes sense.
right? Then instead of doing the what do you call it? Instead of doing give everybody all the fucking powers,
Mhm.
you can make it that the Skrull were attempting to do that. And the point they got it, the process is temporary. It only lasts an hour.
Oh, okay.
So then they what do you call it? You give them some like what they did do. You give them adjacent powers. If you can't put the Fantastic Four in there,
Mhm.
you get adjacent powers. And you realize that they were given the DNA samples not because they took them off the fucking battlefield in Endgame, but because they had people in the government who procured those samples and handed them over.
Absolutely.
Then you could still do the battle with the two Super Skrulls at the end, but it only lasts for an hour, and at the end it goes away. So no more, world's powerful being that needs to be explained. And the big twist here is we never find out why Nick Fury went after Rhodey
Mhm.
in the beginning. That's a question that lasts the entire series until the end when they find the real Everett Ross, the real James Rhodes, the real people. And as we're panning, we don't say nothing, we don't do nothing, but you show that the like a little placard that's next to their thing with the date they were taken. And Rhodes was taken after the events of Endgame.
Copy that.
And
Okay.
then
Makes
you have to
sense.
turn around later on and he went in for another checkup for his legs and they swapped him out then.
Okay. Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, they swapped Everett Ross out. They Everett Ross will leave like a little fun Easter egg. They swapped him out somewhere in between Wakanda Forever So when the Night Sisters or wherever
The
Koye,
blue, yeah,
Koye, right?
yeah, with
Whenever she
that
came,
Iron Man.
yeah, no, yeah. Whenever she came to get him out of the back of the fucking van,
Yeah.
that was the scroll.
Okay,
So
that
we
makes
leave a
sense.
little, a little mystery, a little digging around for the fans.
Because then it'll be like the scrolls are the ones that arrested him, and then one took his place.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you make the beef kind of a little what they did. You make the beef with the scrolls now political
Excuse me. Yeah.
as to what the fuck do we do with these people now,
Hmm.
and you hammer you, the one major thing is you have to get in contact with the people who were writing the Marvels. Because Leigh, I know you said you didn't watch the Marvels, right?
No, no, no.
So I'm going to tell you
Oh,
this part. The entire time in Secret Invasion, they told us
erroneous.
Carol Danvers and Nick Fury did not do their job. They did not find the Skrulls a home.
Yeah.
They left them out in the lurch.
Hmm.
Except in the Marvels, there's an entire fucking planet that the Skrull have and run and live on that then gets subsequently destroyed because Captain Marvel's a fuck up. What happened here? Because now here's the funny thing. This movie was supposed to come out before Secret Invasion.
Mhm.
So that means before Secret Invasion, there was the planet of fucking Skrulls. So that those writers never talked.
Oh my God.
Or after, or if it comes out after and you're doing reshoots, you still didn't fucking talk.
Hmm.
Because the whole time you're trying to tell us that these guys are a piece of shit. Use a planet you can go to all along. You could have been up there. Fucking free and beautiful and all that shit.
Mhm. Oh my God.
But that's as for what I can think of on the spot right now, that's what I would have done.
I mean, that's a better movie. I mean, that's a better show than
What we got?
or that what they what they
Oh.
gave us.
And one thing I would have done, even though I know why they did it, because being in that makeup sucks and every actor who gets put in makeup says they hate it. But Fury's wife, never in a human form around Fury. We hammer home the fact, without him ever having to say it, we hammer home the fact that he fell in love with her. Period.
Yeah, yeah.
Agreed. Yeah, agreed. Very much agreed.
That's pretty much what I got.
Yo, so all right, let's do this now. How would you have rewritten the Marvels to fit Secret Invasion?
All right. First off, take out that planet of Skrulls.
Would it happen before or after Secret Invasion?
Well, I mean, let's keep the release date the way it was. Let's keep it after. Right? You take out the
show
planet of
favorite.
Skrulls, and you make it a planet that you make it a planet where Skrulls live, but it's actually run by somebody else. Because Carol Danvers was supposed to make it so that the Skrulls can have this planet inherited,
Mhm.
but it never happened.
Mhm.
And the people that she put in charge never relinquished power. So you double hammer the fact that she fucked up the Kree world. She fucked up the Skrull world. That's why everybody hates her. She has real atonement to do. And that'll lend more credence to what happened in Secret Invasion. We got to come up with a better way for her redemption arc, because for someone who can, and this has been said, this is not my original thought, but for someone who can restart the sun of another planet, you really needed 2 other people to stop this bitch with a hammer? Like, she did nothing. I know you don't know what I'm talking about. Like, cause you don't see me.
I've seen her, but I get it.
Dude,
It's like
she
you shouldn't need help to do that.
Yeah.
what they wound up doing was they wound up taking a villain who ultimately was probably right. I mean, the only reason she's a villain is because we have to root against her because we're forced to root for the Marvels. But her argument is right. This lady just came in and fucked up her planet and left, thinking she was the hero.
Yeah.
But they didn't give her anything extra, so they had to dumb down the Marvels by making them switch places, which in theory is cool, but the threat didn't match up to how perilous it should have been. The fact that we can't use our powers over a switch. I mean, they literally turn around and team up and figure out how to do it so they could kick her ass and still use their powers, even though they're switching. So at no point is she really a fucking threat.
Yeah.
So we take out the Skrull planet and we up the drama with that. We make the villain not only 100% right, like let's stop fucking around with it. This villain is 100% right and just in what she's doing. That way, now there's conflict with us watching the film because we got 2 out of the 3 heroes who are actually trying to do good. One of them who is now trying to atone, and a villain who we're all like, nah, she's right. She's got to whoop your ass, and give her the ability to do so, so that when Miss Marvel accidentally fucking goes in front of her, we're all like, oh, that's bad because she's gonna get wiped by this fucking woman. She might have powers, but she's nowhere near strong enough, nowhere near advanced enough in her technique to fucking stand up to that. Monica Rambeau, she gets put in front of this woman, she's gonna get wiped because Monica Rambeau is a scientist, not a fucking fighter. She's not a Navy SEAL. So we up the drama, we up the stakes. It still remains. We could still keep it personal with those 3. Yeah. That kind of worked. And if you're gonna do the singing planet, then we do the singing planet where everyone sings. Everyone, there's a whole planet where they literally turn Brie Larson into a Disney princess.
Yeah,
she literally goes into a princess dress, has a fucking song and dance number out of like a Disney cartoon, and then right after that, oh, the prince is bilingual, so he could just speak normal without singing because the whole language is singing.
Yeah, their language is singing, so they can't understand English if you talk.
And so Miss Marvel did a little dance, like she got into it. Monica Rambeau didn't. Carol Danvers didn't. Monica and Miss Marvel never had to sing to communicate. And immediately when they were like, oh shit, Carol can sing, they reversed it and went back to, we're just speaking English. So make everybody in that scene, make the other 2 have to acquiesce to, if you're going to communicate and be in this world,
we right back.
Sing and dance.
Funny because Miss Marvel had like a whole singing and dance thing. And I mean, in the show, she had a whole thing. I'm just saying.
I mean, that could have been a nice little bonding moment with them.
Yeah.
As Miss Marvel's trying to get Monica to open up a little bit and to be more relaxed. And then maybe, I mean, a lot of, Vin kind of liked that scene, but I didn't. But, maybe that scene would have been more palatable.
I don't know. Yeah. One of the main reasons I did not watch that movie, I was like, something about it told me, you know what, man, it's not for you, man. I was like, yeah, you're right.
Yo, I'll tell you right now, if it wasn't for Miss Marvel and her family, I would walk up to Kevin Feige and smack the shit out of him for letting that movie come out. But Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan,
Yeah. So
Ilham Milani,
Mhm.
and the whole family cast, they kept that movie. They kept that movie enjoyable enough for me to sit there the entire time. So that girl, if in the right position with the right setup, that girl's gonna be a fucking star.
it should be like her and like the Spider-Man thing, or Kate Bishop, kind of like that kind of deal,
Oh,
that dynamic, you know.
speaking of which, you would have liked this. One of the end credit scenes
Mhm.
is Kamala Khan does the whole Nick Fury, we're starting an initiative shit
Oh yeah.
at Kate Bishop's house to start the Young
Mhm.
Avengers.
hmm which listen, I'm a fan of, as long as you don't treat it like the Marvels.
Yeah, dude, I so badly now. Like I didn't know I wanted it until I saw it on screen. Now I want the entire movie to just be Kate Bishop and Kamala Khan bantering back and forth.
Yeah. That
Like, oh, I
dynamic.
got to meet. Like Kate's like, oh, I got to be trained by Hawkeye, and she's like,
Yeah,
yeah, I got to be trained by Captain Marvel.
yeah, but was Captain Marvel an original Avenger? Did she fight the Battle of New York? No. The script writes itself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not AI, but the script writes itself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So what would you do?
For the Marvels,
Yeah.
I would keep it afterwards, and I would have Carol Danvers. You know that she's on the planet, and she can they do all that shit that she does, but when she switches with Miss Marvel and shit, she's on the planet, but she realizes that there's something off because she can sense them or some shit, right? And she starts asking questions
Mhm.
with Shield and all that because they came to Kamala Khan's house to get Miss Marvel, and she starts asking questions. She starts asking too many questions,
Mhm.
right? And then she realized something's like people are lying. You see in the computer the whole Super Scroll. Like it's not the Super Scroll from the TV show. The TV show is would be different. Like they experimenting with it. Like they got the DNAs, but it's a tidbit of they went to another multiverse and they got the Fantastic Four's DNA because in that multiverse, the Fantastic Four are the prominent superhero group,
Mm.
right? So they got that one because they're like, we need to fight the superheroes here because I'm gonna go off a Cap's version of Secret Invasion. They're preparing themselves for battle because they know they can't go after them, the Avengers and all the other shit. So Brie Larson doesn't see it, but it's in the room when she walks past, and then she goes up to space because that's where Samuel Jackson is. He's there, and when she asks him like what's going on Earth, this shit feels weird. We find out he was never on Earth, and then the whole thing happens with Kamala Khan and the other galaxies are fucking dying, or the other worlds are dying because this girl's trying to save her planet and all that. And it's almost like let's put a pin in this and let's go save the fucking universes and Kamala Khan. Because it was one of those things where Brie Larson was in a battle or she was in something and she touched whatever that girl's stick had, and that's what made the cosmic switch him. It's not a permanent switch. It's that just so happened to have affected Brie Larson and their waves connected somehow and it switched. So now they have to go find Kamala Khan, and Kamala Khan is in the ship almost like Princess Leia. She's hiding, like she don't want people to catch. She don't know what the fuck's going on, and then they go like she gets out and she goes to the singing planet, and then you can have her only there in the singing planet, and she's fucking talking to people, and you see that whole transformation, and then Brie Larson comes in, and you can have, oh, the king was bilingual this whole time. I don't know why you were singing, you know? And then we get to see what's going on with that stuff. And then you can have your battle where it's almost a setup for it being an action film. It's more of a, we have to turn Brie Larson or Miss Captain Marvel from Vegeta to go like one of those, like, yo, you can't just kill everyone. You do know that your actions, you know, like your actions fucking have consequences. Like, you destroyed these people's planets. She's just trying to save the planet. And, you know, it's now they're trying to convince this girl to let them help her save the planet because she's so jaded from what Brie Larson did to her. So it's one of those things where it's like, you can have Monica Rambeau feel a certain way about Brie Larson because she left and never came back. You can have Kamala Khan be the never meet your heroes moment, and then Brie Larson be like, listen, I'm the adult here, and I gotta be a superhero to the girl and basically a mom to Monica. So that's when you see her mature. You know what I'm saying? Because we never got that. It was just straight out superpowers, most powerful human being, kill Thanos. Now I'm singing. You know, so we could see her mature and her character evolve into that. And you can have the Planet of the Skrulls, but they don't know who the fuck Monica is. They don't know anything about the Skrulls that are on the Earth. There can be shit there where it's like the Skrulls split up when their planet died. We don't know where everyone else went. We made our own colony here.
Okay.
And then when Monica's like, yo, we got a planet. There's a planet for them. There's plenty of room there. That can lead into, you know, the Secret Wars.
They're both legit. I can see that. Better movie than probably the one they came out with.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Your kids will like the Marvels. It's a fun movie to watch, but it's not one of those like, oh shit, Winter Soldier shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It's kind of like the first Miss Marvel. If you saw it, you saw it. If you didn't, it doesn't hurt.
Miss Marvel. My fault. It
Yes.
felt like a Green Lantern movie because it literally went by the playbook of Green Lantern. I was like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This seems familiar. I've seen this movie. Have I? Yeah, but I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Joy.
So how would you do it?
This is the reason I came on.
Yeah. He's like,
Wait a minute. You said how would I do? How would I?
How would you rewrite
he
the
didn't
Marvel
study for this
movie?
quiz.
Yeah, I wasn't ready for this quiz. How would I rewrite the Marvel?
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I still haven't seen that movie. It's crazy. I need to catch up on a lot of comic.
Yeah, sure. Do me a favor, sure. Don't ever change, man.
I'm sorry. You know
No.
I'm always not prepared.
You're not understanding me. I'm being sincere. Don't ever fucking change. I literally came back here and I realized that I never want to show the change. Ever. Fuck what anybody tells you. All right. Anybody in this crew, outside of this crew, you got a problem with you, you tell them to come see me and I'm gonna tell them to go fuck themselves. I don't want to show them ever change. Thank you, sir.
I'll let them know.
You got a problem,
Thank
tell them, yo, go talk to LA and tell you to go fuck yourself. He's never changed. Please.
You got a problem with me? I got somebody you need to talk to. I got it.
Shoot him to me and I'll be like that. She's never gonna change. Go fuck yourself.
Word.
I'm dying because like I had nothing, and then when I was like, yeah, I want to hear what Shaw has to say. He hasn't seen me. I was like, I feel better. I feel a whole lot better now.
Yeah.
And all
Something
I
in my heart.
I'd have kept it between Ms. Marvel and Monica. I wouldn't have had Brie Larson in it as much. And not because I don't like Brie Larson, which I don't. It's like I feel like we've seen enough of Brie Larson. We haven't seen enough of the other two yet. You know, it kind of that's a dynamic. Two people that pretty much got their powers out of left, right? And one's a mutant. One literally just got their power because of Wanda, and they're trying to really understand what they're going through together. And then you sprinkle in Captain Marvel, but it's them two people don't know what's going on with themselves. They're still discovering themselves in the sense of the powers and everything. You know what I mean? And Monica being upset with Captain Marvel, kind of like a buddy cop thing, because a three-way buddy cop thing doesn't work. That came out wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that doesn't work when you do. You know, there we go. Somebody young or old, when you do that dynamic,
Yeah,
you know,
three-way buddy cop, the banana in the tailpipe.
Well, absolutely. Funny. Saw that earlier.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I would have kept it between them two. And then what you should have done is cameo so many galactic entities in that whole thing. Because you're in fucking space. Take advantage of it.
Yeah.
So
Rumblings of
they could have flown by the face of the tribunal. Easily.
Yeah.
What the hell is that? That's a tribunal. What does that do? Let it go. You don't need to know that yet. You're not on that level yet. You know what I mean? Yeah, stuff like that. But you know, or even a little thing of the Watcher that kind of at first it starts to Stan Lee, then it morphs back into the Watcher, and you hear Jeffrey Wright's voice.
Yeah.
Dude, that would be cool.
Homage, you know what I mean? Say you're in space, take advantage of your surroundings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like if you go to Matchport, you take advantage of it. You literally see Wolverine's club, like Logan's club is there because he's back in the universe. You see his club where he was Patch. You know what I mean? Just use it. Shit, if the movie's gonna suck, at least make it visually
good,
fun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Easter egg it.
Hey, yo, if it's gonna be bad, Easter egg the shit out of it. Give me that much. Oh, I know that. Yeah, but the DiCaprio. I know.
Yeah. Yo, but they tried so hard to Easter egg Ant-Man in Quantumania. Like the people that were dissecting it, look, they use lights. It's the same lights as the Eternals. And they have walls in every house in the Marvel movies have walls. And there's floors they walk on. There's floors, yes. That means Thanos is coming.
Was it I remember watching a breakdown of Echo and some dude trying to force in the Punisher, Luke Cage and all that in it. I go, they're in fucking like Alabama, nigga. It has nothing to do with anybody else.
Yeah.
Yo, my man, whatever you're aiming for is not working, bro.
Yeah, fix your sights.
you're trying, bro. Yo, you're pulling it so hard. I'm sitting there like, no.
Well,
you're in a fucking bowling alley.
You ain't never been to Harlem, Oklahoma?
No, I've never had the pleasure of seeing both Harlem and a couple of rednecks. I haven't had that pleasure yet. I was literally sitting there like, I'm watching this whole thing like, yo, let me give it a shot. Let's see what he says. I go, no. Yo, the Daredevil, he's there. So you don't have to stretch for that. Everything else, I'm like, what the fuck does Luke Cage have to do with Echo right now? In the comics, apparently they cross paths at one point, but I'm like, no. You know how you have those wrestling ones, like your theories, and you try to watch it through, even though you know the facts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I sat there and said, maybe I'll learn something. I don't know. I have no idea. And I sit there and I'll go, wow, I unlearned a lot of things.
For real. They rewrote history.
My God, yeah. But yeah, man. Yeah. I don't know, man. That's one of those, like I said, one of the movies that I was never interested in. And I kind of felt bad because I like the other two actresses, plays Monica and that plays Ms. Marvel. Like that young lady has charisma dripping all out of her.
Yeah.
Like, she's legit. Like, it's easy to like her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's one of those things like, all right, And then Monica, I just like the actress herself. I just like her presence. You know what I mean? The way she is. She had like she's very presentable. She saying, but you got Brie Larson, and I'm like, man, go fuck yourself. There's no way that I can put it. I'm sorry. She's really standoffish. Like in everything I've seen her in, she's awesome. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you can't get along with Don Cheadle or Chris Hemsworth, what the fuck is going on in the world? How do you have an awkward interview with those two guys?
And you know how? Because you mistakenly believe that you have to prove yourself to two people who don't give a shit. Like you don't have to prove yourself to them. Like,
oh, be you, sweetheart, be you. That's all you need to do. Go in there and be you. You know what I'm saying? But whatever. Yeah, I digress.
Shit, what you think about the Deadpool movie that's coming out? What's your pie in the sky theories with that? I know we got into it with that one.
Oh man, I saw those. I was like, yo, all of them were fun, but some of them I was like, yo, the easy thing you could do is introduce as many mutants as possible, but also, honestly, I feel like tease the shit out of it, cameo 1 or 2, and that's it. Because don't give us everything at once, because then we're not gonna get the X-Men until like 10 years down the fucking line. Apparently, you know what I'm saying? Everything's getting pushed back. You know what I mean? So give just some little tease. You know what I mean? Mention somebody's name drop, see a uniform in the back or something like that. Nothing crazy. As long as it's not Cyclops, I don't give a shit. Anybody else? Nightcrawler uniform in the back, you know what I'm saying? Or reference, Cable, or reference Apocalypse, But all I wanted to be is I want to see, honestly, I'm complete dork about this. I just want to see Hugh Jackman in the suit with the mask on. I don't care if it's for an hour or 35 seconds. I want to see him in the suit, which looks accurate, with the mask on. That's all I care about. You know what I'm saying? If for the rest of it he's just with the suit and no mask, cool, no problem. I just had to have the mask at one point because we know Ryan is going to be in the body condom that is a Deadpool uniform.
Yeah,
it was good. You know what I'm saying? It was good. Also, I wish they wouldn't have told us so many spoilers, like who's going to be in it and when. I wish it's one of those things where you just shut the fuck up and don't tell anybody anything.
Yeah, you and Ryan Reynolds both, man. He's so pissed that motherfuckers keep linking shit.
That's why I don't watch any of the teasers or anything like that, because I want to be completely surprised. I want to be on the level of, oh shit, they took a 98 Corolla and put it out in space. You know what I'm saying? That's the level of surprise I want.
I didn't even finish that movie. No, it's just a reminder of that shit. I was like, I'm good.
My man got through the opening credits.
Swung into something. I was like, I'm okay. The chastity's not gonna fall out of that thing. Fantastic. Good. I got it.
I got a question for y'all. What was the last true surprise that I had in Marvel? Like, wow, I did not know this person was gonna be in that movie.
I saw that clip of Beast. Like a X-Men 97 accurate Beast. Like he looked like the cartoon. I was like, that looks exactly like Hank McCoy in the cartoon. The glasses and everything. I was like, holy shit, that's dope. That was probably, I was in there like, well fucking done. Touche. And who is it? Of course. Exactly. I was like,
Kelsey Graham.
I was like, fucking touche. I was like, that's perfect. Yo, literally, like the beard and everything coming. I was like, fur, whatever the fuck it's called, I guess. There we go. That's all I needed. Yo, I don't ask for much. You know what I'm saying?
What up, Leon?
Shit.
To be honest, the last time I was surprised that somebody showed up was Thanos at the end of the first Avengers movie.
God damn. He went back.
No, because that's the last time. That's the first and last time. No, not the first. That's the second. First time was Nick Fury showing up to say Avengers.
Oh, sure.
And Thanos was the last one that I didn't expect to fucking show up. Like I didn't expect him right then and there. That blew my mind.
What
Everybody else so far is.
What about Blade?
What about Blade? I didn't even know that was his voice.
Yeah.
Like,
it's funny because I'm like,
I know how Mahershala Ali was gonna act as Blade. I didn't know that.
It's funny because I was like, in retrospect, I was like, what the fuck does Blade have to do with Black Knight? Is it a sword thing? Yo, literally in the comments, I'm like, I'm reaching for it. I'm like, all right, I guess it'll work. Whatever.
Yeah, the sword has all the vampires locked inside of it.
The sword is made of garlic.
No, but it would have made more sense if that was a symbiote sword.
Yeah, the NuKKle sword. Yeah. It's funny because, like I said before, if you read that comic, it would have made more sense to see something like that in Thor: Love and Shit. You know what I'm saying? Because Gore the Butcher gets the blade from the Symbian God. That's how he makes it the God Killer sword. But whatever, you know what I'm saying? I feel like in this phase, they just threw shit on the wall and see what stuck. Kind of like really DC level shit.
That's Bob Chapek, who was like, yo, we need fuck quality. We just need as much content as possible. Because, from every reporting that I've ever read, anytime somebody starts a streaming service, it loses money all the way up until forever. Now, one of them is fucking became profitable.
Right.
The only two that don't matter are the Apple TV, because that's just a small section of what Apple actually does.
Mm-hmm.
That the losses from Apple TV don't even come close to the amount of money they make with other shit. And the same thing with Amazon Prime. If Amazon Prime's losing money, it doesn't matter, because the amount of money it loses does not compare to how much money Amazon takes in as a whole.
Yeah, it's like them shits for each one of those companies. That shit's a side project. That's all the shit is. Like, oh, you know what? Let's dabble in this and see what happens. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Speaking of streamer services, I know this isn't the wrestling show, but Monday Night Raw in 2025 will be exclusively on Netflix.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That was just announced.
Yep. It was just announced today. And they're saying that there might be a gap that we might not get Raw from October to January, because I think the contract's up with USA in October or some shit.
I'm not going to lie to you. Nobody should be upset about that.
Yeah. I just want to know what they...
I seen highlights of Raw and I'm like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like like my son was like, yo, let's watch Raw together. I go, I really don't watch Raw. I feel kind of bad. You're like, I don't watch Raw. Roman's not on Raw. So no, okay.
Shit, I just want to know how they're gonna handle the commercials. Because 98% of the show is commercials. So what are they gonna do?
Yo, is it gonna be live or taped?
Yeah, no, it's gonna be live
on Netflix.
You're gonna stream it live. Yeah, you're gonna stream Raw live on Netflix.
Which is crazy, because you would think that's the one thing they haven't done.
Wait, but why not on Peacock?
Yo, it would be dope if they just did the fucking network. Do the network and charge us $20 a month for the pay-per-views. You know what I'm saying? Like $20 a month, you get the pay-per-views and all that. That's still acceptable.
No, not pay-per-views. God damn it. We've spoken about this, Joe.
premium live events.
Thank you.
No, at that point, if you're paying $20, you're paying per view.
No, but it's not named that. It's just like your college program named NIL.
Yo, like just because the lady
Sorry.
the lady on the website says that she's not an escort, when you hand her money, still makes her a whore.
No, yo. First of all, we're getting late night cap early, so I'm with that.
Word.
I mean, we only go until like 11 now, so
I'm not fighting. You're absolutely correct, but I'm like, yo, if you're gonna stick your premium live event, which is probably the fucking dumbest name I've ever heard. I don't know why pay-per-view so bad. What's so negative about pay-per-view? It's like saying wrestler in their eyes.
I guess
You
so.
can't see that over there, that I'm a wrestler. Even though every time Walter does an interview, he says those back in the 80s were the dark days where you had entertainers, not wrestlers. Kind of weird.
Shit.
The guy that does all the wrestling for you says you didn't have wrestlers in the 80s? Huh. Interesting. I'm just saying, whatever. I don't know. But no, it should, I can't wait to see the glitches and how they fuck up in the beginning, the beta version.
Yeah.
It should be fun.
Word.
Oh, is SmackDown staying on Fox, or they're gonna move it to Hulu?
I wouldn't be surprised because I think Fox is
Yo, SmackDown is moving to Paramount.
Yo, listen, man. I can watch Yellowstone and SmackDown. I'm good. I'm with it. Now, if you guys have never seen Yellowstone, watch it. That shit is real. It's legit.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be the death.
oh
of
shit.
Monday Night Raw.
SmackDown is gonna be moving to USA Network.
So USA doesn't lose.
Yeah.
Motherfucking USA, stay winning, brother. It's funny because you know how big of news that is? My cousin Ferd hit me up and goes, yo, Raw's moving to Netflix? It's coming off USA? Goes, yo, the end of an era. The last time this man watched wrestling, I can't remember. So for him to realize that and hit me up, you have to realize that's a big thing. You know what I mean? For dudes that are not consistent wrestling fans, but they were once, they're like, yo, they gonna be on USA no more? Oh, man. Yeah.
So I think SmackDown's moving to USA in September. In a new 5-year 5-year deal.
Soon. Well, that's right there, bro. I mean, like in like the season of for network television, that shit is like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So NXT goes to the CW and joins the Arrowverse.
Yeah, it's funny because I forgot about
crazy.
that. Yo, for the life of me, I was racking my brain of what's gonna happen to NXT, and Cap just said it, and I knew it. I fucking knew it because my son reminded me one day.
I can't wait for the fucking promo where they're like, yo, this is Carmelo Hayes. You're watching NXT. Stay tuned because up next, Riverdale.
Y'all ready for this? Is Trick Williams, Gilmore Girls. What? Trick Williams talking about Gilmore Girls? You understand your name is Trick, right? You get that part?
Turn around. This is Braun Breaker, the future of NXT. And up next, Vampire Diaries.
Damn, son. You think they're gonna turn green?
Oh my god.
You think they're gonna turn green like the CW?
I'll tell you this much though. What's gonna happen is you're gonna see a lot of them NXT niggas in them shows.
Yeah,
Get
right.
ready for that. And WWE niggas they're gonna be all in the Netflix shows, all in the CW shows. Not the USA shows because it doesn't matter, but you know, those platforms, they're gonna be in there. You understand that?
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes is gonna be the new Airbender. I hope I'm so wrong. Holy shit!
Dude, he was already on Arrow.
Yeah.
Who? No, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that when he dyed his hair black and all that shit. And I was like, damn, you were bad back then. Terrible.
Shit.
I think the best wrestler in the show was probably Kane in Smallville, man. Because
Not Hulk Hogan in Tropic Thunder?
Yeah.
Not Tropic Thunder. Thunder in
No,
Paradise?
I didn't say starring. I said in a show. He's not starring. That's a bit much.
Oh,
But I'm
but
talking
then-
about because it was just Kane playing Kane. He wasn't
All right.
playing anybody else.
nah, then you got to go with Sting in Thunder in Paradise then.
You know what's funny? It took me watching it twice to go, that's Sting? You don't
Yeah.
realize how big Sting is till you see him not in the ring with a dude that's 6'9". You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a big man, bro. That's a big dude, bro. Yeah, man. I was telling my friend of mine, like, yo, if you ever think wrestlers are big, me and my boys saw Chuck and Billy walking down Times Square, and them niggas were fucking monsters. Is whatever the angle was going with, I go, yo, those are two fucking animals. They were huge, bro. And they had shorts on to boot. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I can't wait for you're gonna see what's the guy that won the North American title? Forget his name.
The new guy?
Yeah, the new guy. I call him the guy who does the pounce, but he's not as cool.
Monty Brown.
Brown. I call him the Monty Brown negative 2.0.
Yeah.
Because Monty Brown was true. I don't care what anybody
Yeah.
tells me. Monty Brown should have been on the next level. The charisma, the look, and then the move.
Yeah.
Perfect. The pounce. Loved it. But yeah, the negative 2.0 Monty Brown, he's gonna be on some shit. If Black Lightning was still on, he would have been on that show as a villain. Put
Oh
money
yeah.
on it.
Oh yeah.
Money. 'Cause,
Shit.
you know, they fit the culture to whatever show the culture's on.
Yep.
I'm sorry. It's funny because we're still talking about comics, but with wrestling.
Yo,
Yeah.
I have no idea how to pronounce this boy's name, but it is OBAFEMI.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know who he was. Like I saw him and I was like, "Yo, is this Monty Brown's son?" Just not as cool. Because I heard him on the mic, I was like, "No, your dad had way more charisma." That's why you're negative 2.0. That negative sign right there, let you know.
Yo, instead of like Monty Brown when he's like, "Oh, it's the pounce." This dude is like, "No, it's the pounce."
Yeah, it's the pounce. It's the pounce. You don't have the, you don't have the, yeah.
No
I remember telling somebody once about Monty Brown. Then I showed him the clip. He's like, "Yo, why wasn't he bigger?" I was like, "He stopped wrestling, gave his brother's kidney." Yeah. You want a better thing to, and also he was taking care of his daughter, of the brother's daughter. Do you want a better reason as a human being to not stop doing something? You know what I'm saying? Kind of like the Rick Moranis thing. Stop acting and take care of your kids after your wife passed away. There's some things you don't question, man. You just go. You know.
Yo,
Word.
I know again this isn't the wrestling thing, but here's a question for you: if Monty Brown had the ability to stick around, do we get Bobby Lashley?
No, we don't get Bobby Lashley. I think Monty Brown would have had, because Monty Brown has what Lashley doesn't, and I love Lashley. Make no mistake. He doesn't. He has that charisma. He can talk on the mic. He has a presence. And Bobby, while he's a great athlete, freakish athlete, his mic skills are not there. And we all know this. That's why I believe they paired him with the Street Profits, because Dawkins talks well, but then Montez Ford is Montez Ford. You know what I mean? Eventually, he's going to take the lead. You know what I mean? That's the whole process to it. You know what I mean? But no, we don't get Bobby Lashley. If Monty Brown sticks around, we don't get Bobby Lashley. Absolutely not. If anybody disagrees with me, you're wrong. 100%.
But that would have been one hell of a match to see.
Yeah, I'll tell you this much. It would have been the Silent Assassin versus Charisma. I would have made that shit the second the match right before the main event to outshine Triple H's Reign of Terror. It would have been at that right time. That right time, it would have been at the right time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where he took a half an hour to pin Booker T.
Yeah. Shit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But all right, going back to the topic, because we do end this at 11 now.
Copy that.
But yeah, so which one of y'all guys want to go first? Because we all picked the show. We don't know what we picked, but we all picked the show. and we rewrote it basically how we did the off the cuff stuff earlier. But this one is official. But who wants to go first?
I'll let Cap go first. Yeah.
Shit, I actually wanted to go last, but
I'll go for. I'll go first. I'll go first.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so this might be a surprise to y'all, but I picked She-Hulk.
I did not see that coming.
I thought we were gonna rewrite bad shows, not like the #1 rated show.
No. We're rewriting She-Hulk.
Trying to start beef.
Yeah. So the first episode, we open up in a courtroom, and it's Justin Hammer appealing his sentencing from what he did in Iron Man 3. And no, fuck Iron Man 2. We're talking about what he did in Iron Man 3. When he sat there and did nothing when the world was on the line. No, no, Iron Man 2 then. All right, fuck it.
Copy that.
And She-Hulk is his lawyer. And based off of a technicality, she gets him off. But it's one of those like
yeah, I'm sorry.
Like
I'm sorry.
Yeah, nah, yeah.
You get them off. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
That's my bad.
so based off of technicality and off of the word of him that he wouldn't practice anymore
dancing
anymore the what was it, espionage or the tech shit,
corporate espionage,
like he wouldn't be able to do any more tech stuff.
Copy that.
He gets released, and while he's celebrating, she goes to him in his apartment, whatever, to be like, yo, listen, we got the final documentation. We need you to sign it. The quicker you sign it, the quicker this is over, and then you're a free man. But little does she know that already he's already in the mix, trying to get back weapons, trying to get back his stuff so he can build more stuff. And she witnessed this.
Mm-hmm.
And this is supposed to replace the mob shooting her. So she witnessed this, and she's running, and now they're chasing her. And, they catch her, but she's on the phone with Bruce. Yo, they got me, she needs help. They shoot her. Bruce finds her, gets her. It's like, the only way I can save you, the blood transfusion. You get the blood transfusion.
It's funny. That's closer to the actual story.
Yeah.
You legit just like weaved in. That's good. You weaved in the actual story to the way. That's good. That's good. It's good, man. I'm sorry, that's your request.
No, I try here. So
no, that's money. Yo, that's really money, bro.
Yeah. So he gives her the blood transfusion and monitors her for a certain time, because remember the Accords and all that shit that happened afterwards. He's supposed to be, on watch also. He's not supposed to be the Hulk. But he does that, so he's hiding. He's trying to protect himself while protecting her. So he's got her monitored. And for some reason, all of his tests are coming back inconclusive. Like, oh, all right, so he didn't pass over the gamma radiation poisoning to her. And he's like, all right, so far this is safe. And, she comes to it, and she heals and all that. And he's trying to tell her, like, yo, you need to lay low. You can't be a lawyer anymore, this, that, and the third. And she goes, nah, I'm not going to let these people stop me from this stuff. She's gonna, she's instead of being a defendant, she's gonna be a prosecutor, because she's like, that normal turn, like, I let the wrong one free, now I gotta stop everyone. So she does that, but because she's been out for so long, her job fired her. So now she's looking for a new job, and she goes on the interviews, and she lands a position with the people that wanted her to be She-Hulk. But no one knows she's She-Hulk. And it's one of those, like, well, you got to earn your stripes here. So she's like a second lawyer onto the thing. And she goes and she takes a case, and she sees one of the people that were chasing her in the courtroom, and she gets all flustered. And in the courtroom, you see the first transformation of her turning into She-Hulk. And she gets all, like, mad and all this other shit. She goes to chase the dude, but then she realizes there's something wrong with her. She breaks through the wall, and she leaves. right? And she goes to find Bruce, and she's like, "What the fuck is going on?" And that's when they find out that she actually did get the poison, but it was a late reaction because it's more towards her. I don't want to say, well, it's more towards her emotional shit, but the same shit as the Hulk. And that's when she finds out that she's a Hulk. They can't reverse it, and he tells her what happened. Her boss was like, "This is a blessing in disguise," because they wanted to open up the superhero division or the supernatural division. And they were like, "Okay, you know what? We can do shit with this, with the She-Hulk. You can control, like she proved to them that she can control it." The whole little montage of her controlling it and being able to think and all that other shit. And she's not a threat to people. And she starts taking on cases. And some of these cases, you know, yo, we found this guy trapped up in a web on a light pole with a bag full of money on him. You know, this guy was saying that the devil was chasing him and he ran right to the precinct. You know, shit like that. Just throw shit in there.
Good.
Yeah,
That's
you know,
good.
throw shit in there. And
there was a guy with a flaming head and a motorcycle. And I was like, I just ran, bro. I ran to the precinct myself. What the hell was that?
Yeah, shit like that. And just so that way Hammer is not that important of the show, she gets news that Hammer was killed shortly after she got shot and all that shit happened to her. And the guy they're accusing of killing Hammer is one of the people that she has to put in jail now.
Oh, shit.
And that person is Tombstone.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, she's trying to correlate Tombstone and Fist together in an international crime spree syndicate. And that's where you can have Daredevil come in, because she takes a trip to New York City to try to investigate Kingpin. And that's when Matt Murdock goes up to her and goes, "Yeah, that might not be the guy you want to investigate right now."
Yeah.
You know?
So she's trying to super villain Rico case?
Yeah, you know, shit like that. And then you move it forward that way. And you have these are victims of the Ronin. We're trying to catch the Ronin in New York. Daredevil's like, "Yo, I hunted him down. I found him once. He slipped away, and I'd never seen him again. But now I got a new lead of this woman who shot Fisk in the face. You know, I got a new lead of her. I'm hunting her down. We're trying to get, you know, it's like right now you can't go after Fisk because Fisk is in the hospital. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's how I would have that whole street level into its own universe. You mentioned Spider-Man, you don't see him, but you mentioned Fisk getting shot, Echo on the loose. Daredevil is basically being the police and the vigilante of New York City. And then you get rumblings like, "Yo, what case are you on today?" "Yo, there's some fucking dude that just wiped out a whole gang set just because." Like they were just chilling, having a block party, and he just went in there with a machine gun and just wiped them all out. You believe this shit? They said there was a skull on his shirt.
Yep.
And, you know, this would literally be my introduction to everything show. And you can have it like the more that she comes, because it'd be, you know, some shit will be lighthearted. It's not gonna be a comedy show, but there'll be some funny shit in it. But the more that she's She-Hulk, the more she's like, "What did he just say?" And she's looking at the screen like, "Did someone just serve punishment? What? That's the dumbest shit ever." And it's, wait, who am I talking to? Like, you can tell because the gamma radiation's fucking with her, and she's able to break the fourth wall. She won't go as deep as talking to Kevin Feige and like knowing she's in a comic book universe, but it's almost like it's more of a crazy than it is a fucking she knows that we're watching. Because like you ever did something stupid and you just look in the corner like, Like if there was a camera there, you'd be like, believe this shit?
Mhm.
It's one of those. It's one of those type things. And then you would have her, towards the end of it, actually put Tombstone away. But by this time, Kingpin was awake, and Kingpin settled that shit, and everything was put on Kingpin. So everything was put on Tombstone, so you don't even see Kingpin.
Copy that.
And then at the end of it, you'll hear a, don't worry, you'll get what's coming to you. Type, like we put it on you, but you do your time and you'll be all right. So that would be my She-Hulk show, where it's lawyer shit and she's she's putting these criminals away that are being put in there from heroes, and she's opening up the world of fucking Spider-Man in there, Daredevil in there, Punisher in there, fucking Ghost Rider in there, every street level, Echo, Kingpin, Tombstone, all of them around the fucking country.
Really? I like that. It's a good way to associate that thing. Yeah. I'm saying, well, mine is Punisher, no surprise there. Nobody's shocked. It would literally be there's a Punisher Max series called Slavers, right? And it's about human trafficking and prostitution. So the Punisher would literally be scoping out drug dealers, right? Then all of a sudden, and he's about to take them out, a woman shows up, starts shooting the drug dealers, and the Punisher's like, okay, this is new. Stops her, completely finishes what she was started, and he goes, what was that? He goes, well, I was taken as a prostitute. They have a whole ring. You need to help me. And he was like, I need you to calm down, first of all. I need you to tell me details, how it happens, what happened to you. The Punisher goes from just taking out drug dealers to turning his complete attention to the slave trade. Literally going through this whole thing. And as the episodes go on, it gets darker and grimmer. And at one point, he realized there's a family that's doing porn with their own children.
Oh, shit.
So he gets wind of it, but at the moment, he doesn't deal with it. It's like, all right, I'll come back to this. Then at one point, he realizes the connection between the slave trading and how they're getting the women is one guy. So he finds the guy, sits him in a chair, douses him in gasoline while he's being filmed live feeding to both the police and the people that are doing it, and lights them on fire. Doesn't say anything. Literally just sets the dude on fire. Then he systematically takes out, per episode, he takes out everybody that's part of it. Drug dealer, pimp. My man, if you delivered close to them, you're a dead man or woman. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Then eventually he gets to the end of it. We realize that the person that's running the whole thing, it's a woman. And she goes with all the confidence, you don't kill women. He goes, you're wrong. I don't kill women that don't do something wrong. You are going to die. And he goes, that's a bulletproof glass. What are you going to do? He beats her through it to the point where he throws her out.
Shit.
Smashing her face in it till she goes out of it. I'm talking about a high-rise skyscraper. She's at the top penthouse office. And he smashes her face through it till she goes completely out. Then, at the end of the show, pretty much at the end of that whole thing, he goes back to that family. He kills the mother and the father. He calls child services because he knows a friend of his as part of child services. And he goes, they're never going to recover from this. But it's better their parents dead than them going through this the whole time. And he literally walks away. So every season of this Punisher is a different Max series, not necessarily connected, but the tone is the same. Nothing ever changes with the tone. Like there's a joke here and there. He might run into a street level superhero, but it's never to the point where they're buddies. Nobody likes the Punisher. Everybody wants to try to take him out. You know what I mean? Besides Logan, everybody does not understand him. Nobody else does. Not Cap, not anybody. Daredevil, You know what I mean? But he's persistent in this. And if you do it the right way with the Max series, if you follow it, that's at least 8 seasons with that same tone, killing people the exact same way he killed that lady, smashing her face through that bulletproof glass. Like she
And
said to him, cock, and he goes, "That makes no difference to me." Just grabs her head and just starts till she goes through it.
Dude,
And then
that's
you can do
literally the end of Drake.
you can either segue into him finishing the whole organization in Europe, or you can have him go another way and then still find his way to Europe. In other words, it can be international, it can be local. It depends. Oh, you want to do the Punisher show? Me personally, I would do it international. There, finish it in Europe, and then somehow he comes across with Shield, like the Black Widow thing, and he goes, "I don't care what you're doing here. You're in my way, on my time. You gotta move." You know what I'm saying? If you don't, I'll find a way. I respect you, Fury, but it doesn't mean I don't like you running into what I'm doing. And make it real. Let him know he doesn't like Black Widow. He doesn't like the Avengers. He doesn't like any of that shit. You guys want to fly around in your costumes and be cute? That's great. People are dying on the ground.
Dude, to answer one question, does he run into Liam Neeson from Taken while he's in France?
No, Liam Neeson's already out of it.
What if we make Liam Neeson microchip?
Mhm. Oh, that's a good one. It's a good one. I feel like he gets micro in the 3rd season. You know what I mean? Like he realizes like he's doing it bare bones, but it's a very technological savvy world. So he needs that other presence. You know what I mean? That's like 3rd season in. He can do that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But for right now, you're getting pretty much 2.5 seasons of the Punisher, just raw Punisher, man. It ain't cute. It ain't for the faint of heart. And that's why I always feel you have the Marvel Knights division,
Yeah.
where you can have the shows that are streamlined that way to be brutal and violent, you know.
So I think that's why they made the Marvel Spotlight. The shit that Echo was under.
You're right. But I feel like that it's still a little lighter. You know what I mean? Like if I'm telling you, you imagine watching a show where a dude is smashing a woman's face repeatedly through a bulletproof glass so he pushes her out of it. She's already dead, by the way. I mean, three smacks of the head, she's done. But he's making sure to make a point. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just,
dude. I don't even.
You need that level of censorship that you can do. My man, lighting a man on fire, live streaming it to the cops and then the people that work with him. You know what I mean? That's next level, man.
Yeah,
That's
a
every day. By the way, there's an episode of Chicago PD where it has that, and I go, that guy's a Punisher fan. He's seen the Punisher because apparently they light a pedophile on fire, right? And they live stream it. I was like, you read the Max series. I know that. I know where that came from. You know. Yeah, but that would definitely. That's the way I would do after Daredevil season 2. That's the first Punisher thing I would do, not the Castiglione. Like everybody apparently saw The Dark Knight Rises and did the same fucking movie and Iron Man 3. I don't give a fuck about these people. Give me the Punisher. I don't care about Tony Stark. I want Iron Man. I don't care about Bruce Wayne. I want Batman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is not Castle. This is the Punisher. Come on, man. You telling me you wouldn't watch that?
I would watch that.
I would.
I would love to watch that.
Yeah. And like I would still have John Berthal, but none of that. Can't fucking stand that shit. If you ever read a Punisher comic book, you don't hear him yelling like a fucking psychopath. You know what I mean? I can't do that shit, bro. I can't. I mean, I love John Berthal. You know, Walking Dead here, Punisher, but I don't need that. I don't need any of that shit. I just need you to be the Punisher. That's it. But that would be my take on the Punisher.
Dude, I know exactly what you mean, man. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, when Michael Myers is like grunting and I'm like, yo, that's unnecessary.
Yo, first of all, you have Taylor Maynard, a scary human being. The man is a monster. You don't need to add anything to it. He is freakishly tall. Brolic, why do you need to make, you don't need to emphasize that. The mask by itself, the way it looks and the way he looks, scary as shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's ripped up like it's been through some shit. I'm like, how people still run to this dude? I don't know. I'll never understand. Like, oh, he looks friendly. No, he doesn't. No, sir. Nothing about that man that's 7'2" with that mask and that knife says friendly.
Word.
But yeah, I'm saying yeah.
Shit. That shit turned me off when he was grunting. I was like, what?
Man,
Like, you a fucking psychopath, or you just a fucking guy that's out for vengeance? Or even Michael Myers, like, bro, aren't you supposed to be this spirit shit?
Do you have asthma?
Yeah.
Do you have asthma that we're not aware of? You
Like,
having the asthma attack as you do it, bro? What's going on here, man? What the fuck is up with you?
are you okay, Michael?
Yeah,
That
Michael,
was Anakin under the
do
mask.
you have a breath? Do you have a pump? I got you, man. Just let me know. Before you kill me, get your breath.
Word.
Jason the worst thing Jason did was protect weed. Because apparently he sold weed in that movie.
Yeah.
I was like, why?
Yo,
Why does Jason care about weed?
Hockey masks and machetes cost?
Hmm?
So you know how much hockey mask and machete cost, bro? He's got to sell something. Like,
I thought he just had the same gear all the time. I was wrong. Apparently, he changes.
He does it smart. He has the same mask, but like 15 of them. So he just keeps changing them out.
Yeah.
So he don't look different.
Jones do the same thing? Does Casey Jones do the same thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So Cap, there you go, man. Yeah, that was mine. Very violent and brutal Punisher thing, but everybody out there would love to watch it. Don't lie to yourselves. Mostly you. There's a guy, that guy out there, or that girl, You're denying yourself that you would have watched because it's brutal, but you want it. You need it.
Shit, dude, I wouldn't expect anything less, man.
I'm sorry, but
yeah. I originally misunderstood the assignment. I thought we were rewriting Echo and not pick a show. So my show is Echo. So
I mean, do you want to do Echo and another show?
Well, we'll see. We'll see how much time we got left when I do this. Finish with Echo here.
I mean, I'm on here. You might end at 11, but I would say 11:30. I've been on in a while. Give me some slack because I have an idea for both Marvel and DC with shows, which I put up. I put up in the chat. Toe knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. So start off with Echo here.
Sure.
So first thing I would do is at the beginning of it, we catch up with Echo right after she shot the Kingpin. And she's looking through all of his shit. And she sees out of all the lists of locations of operation, her hometown is on that list. And she's clearly she's trying to take over by burning down what Kingpin had. And then she's going to eventually build up her own shit. But to burn down everything, she needs to take out all the places that Kingpin's running his operations. And she sees her hometown.
Yeah.
So she goes to her hometown with the express purpose to just take out that section that Kingpin had. Much like in the show, she's not there to see her family, her friends, and all that. She's not there to bullshit. She goes straight to her uncle, where I'm taking all this out. You can either be with me, or you can be dead in the pile with everybody else.
Fucking love it already. Sign me up. Shit.
So that's what brings her to her hometown. While she's there, and they're trying to, While she's there, we get a flashback of the native tribe. And instead of doing it like they did in the show where there's some mystical people from some other place and then they turn into humans.
Yeah.
We see these tribes pray to their ancestors, to the ancestral power,
Mhm.
right? The tribe is under attack.
Mhm.
None of the chief, the warhead, none of the people believe that strongly in their old tradition. They think they could just handle it on their own.
Copy that.
And this one woman is the only one to take a leap of faith, and she performs a ritual to commune with the ancestors, and they give her a boon, which is the powers you see, the swirl on the hand, and she gets extra strength. She gets a little bit of shit, right? And you see that she had the ability to echo it out and give it to her other tribemen, right?
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
Yeah. So that starts the basis. Then we see as this thing progresses, we see that each next person that actually takes the leap of faith and performs the ritual and gets the power in time of need, it's kind of like the all for one. They get what's passed down,
Mm-hmm.
but they input whatever they can do with it.
Uh-huh.
So
So it's inheriting your ancestors' abilities.
yes.
Copy that.
So when Echo's in her hometown, she starts to feel a little weird. The uncle agrees, all right, we're gonna take this dude down, we're gonna stop this operation together. We gotta come up with a better plan so we're united, because the uncle knows, or the uncle is aware that Kingpin is not dead. Echo doesn't know. Maya Lopez has no idea. She thinks she's killed them. So the uncle's working with her, but for some reason, for some unknown reasons, you can see that Echo's a little bit off. Maya's off. Something's happening while she's here in her hometown. And the uncle's like, yo, it's you and your grandmother. You're not
Mm-hmm.
you're not in sync here. You're out of balance.
Mm-hmm.
So they bring her to the grandmother early on in the series. And they hash out their shit and they perform, and I don't know if this is an actual thing, but they perform like almost like a family bonding ritual where they can come together, work out their shit
Mm-hmm.
in however way that if natives do it. I'm just making shit up here, right? Because I think it'd be cool if there was some old school native way to like actually reconnect and heal with family,
Yeah.
other than the Anglo-Saxon way where we just talk it out and then we good.
Copy that.
So while doing that ritual, that primes them both to now what do you call it? They get confronted or introduced to their old ancient ancestor,
Mm-hmm.
the one with the powers.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that opens the door to the possibility of Maya now getting powers. We already see that from the Daredevil fight that she, what do you call it, as she was witnessing Daredevil fight other people before he got there, we see that she actually picked up some of his moves. So when he fought her, she's able to stand up to him
Mm-hmm.
because she is mimicking his fight style. So she's able to predict and block until he comes up with something that she hasn't seen before. And that's how he won. And that'll tie back in later. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the ritual, family's bonded. She does the whole thing with the train where she sends the bomb. She needs a little bit of help. a little bit of that power comes where she can free herself. She now sees, okay, there's something going on here. The ritual works. I had this extra power. The grandmother tells her the whole story about they took a leap of faith. It's passed down from this one to this one to this one to this one to your mom. Like, it's the whole bloodline. And the only reason why it's, matter of fact, it's not. It's not all female. It's mostly female. It's a couple of men in there, but it's not because they're female. It's just because they're the ones who took the leap of faith when it was needed.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Right? We'll make it like that. So then we flash now to a hospital room where you hear the heart monitor. It's beeping, right? And you look over, it's Wilson Fisk. He's breathing. And you hear a doctor come in and go, "You are the luckiest man alive because your muscle mass and the density of your muscles prevented this bullet from doing any further damage." And he's like, as per your, what do you call it? As per your wife, we'll put Vanessa back in here, but in the background, we have replaced your eye. The surgery was a success. So now we know he was shot in the face, but because of what actually the Kingpin is,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
of his muscle density, it fucked with his eye, but it did no further damage. They got the bullet out. They replaced the eye because they can actually do that in real life. If you donate your eyes, they can actually, if it's compatible with a blind person, they can swap out the eyes and the person can see now. So they replaced the eye. The bandage is there to help accelerate the healing process and the bonding process to make sure that the eye and his body actually fucking coexist and it doesn't get rejected. Because that also happens sometimes when you get, other people's body parts put in you. Sometimes the body rejects it. So that's what that patch is for. We now know, what do you call it? Maya Lopez sends the bomb, gets the thing. That triggers Kingpin. Now, the uncle finally tells Maya that, hey, Kingpin's not dead. I don't know why you thought you killed him, but he's not dead. And the one guy that I still have on my side in this organization has told me he's on his way here. So we have to do some shit now. Maya's like, I got this. I got this. We can handle this. The grandmother is the one who takes the leap of faith. Right? She's the one who prays. Kingpin comes in with his people. He does almost everything identical. He sits down because that was good, their interaction.
Yeah.
He's not there he's not there to hurt Maya. He's there to talk to her, try to bring her back into the fold. Meanwhile, his people, they're the ones who are going to go fuck with everybody in this town.
Yeah.
So as they're doing that, Maya gets word of it. She literally just leaves. Like Kingpin sitting in her house. She gets a fucking text message from her cousin that, shit's going down. She leaves. When she goes to fight everybody, you see her actually using the move that she saw from Daredevil. So we're bringing in that what she brings to all this is her ability to perfectly replicate and mimic fighting styles that she sees. Because she has similar powers to Taskmaster.
Yeah.
So we see that that's what she has. That's what has helped her propel and excel in life, is that she's been able to implement from everywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Right? She's fucking everybody up. The grandmother has not fought yet. She has, what do you call it? She's been holding the power, but she's She's not a fighter. She just took the leap of faith because she knows that when the time comes, she can echo it to Maya. They get caught. They do the whole powwow, right? The town is somewhat unaware because Maya's been handling things behind the scene. They do the powwow. The powwow is the first time that the echoing really happens, where the Russian dude shows up, and now it's Maya versus like 15 fucking dudes at once now. She doesn't get to go around sneaking around, taking everybody out behind the scenes. So the grandmother echoes to her. She gets her newfound powers, the strength and all that other shit. She handles everybody there. The uncle and the cousin weren't at the powwow. Kingpin's got them. So she's got to go confront Kingpin. All right. Then we get this scene where she talked to her mom.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, yo, I don't know how to fully use what I was given. And the mom is like, don't worry, we'll be there when you need us. So she puts on the suit that her grandma made. Like I'm making just minor adjustments.
Yeah.
The suit that the grandma made, goes to confront the Kingpin, and this is the cool battle where Kingpin has, let's say, somebody adjacent to like Hammerhead. It's not Hammerhead, but it's somebody like at that level where Kingpin's like, all right, in this chess game, I'll move my rook over. Let's see if you can deal with this dude. Maya handles him. Kingpin's like, well, shit. She's been juiced up somehow. She's got extra shit. So Kingpin goes to fight her. And for the first time ever, we see that her newfound speed, her newfound strength, and whatever, I think there's something else they gave her resiliency, coupled with the fact that she's now fighting Kingpin like Daredevil would, using the moves she's seen. She's fighting him like Ronin would, because she saw Hawkeye do some shit. She's using some maneuvers that Kingpin himself uses. So not only do we get the fact that her newfound powers have been echoed through her family members to her fighting style has been echoed from everybody she's ever seen fight. And she can hold her own until she gets to the point where, all right, Kingpin is a little too much. She needs to switch up the strategy.
Mm-hmm.
And as she's sitting there, her grandmother signs to her, take the leap of faith, whatever that is. And when Maya accepts everything, then you see her mom, her ancestors, everybody standing there like they did in the show, standing there having her back. And she does that fucking thing where she tries to mentally heal him, like whatever that was. Then she hits him with that shit. But that scene would change it a little bit to where she's trying to change Kingpin. Kingpin, in that moment, comes to the realization that he never really wanted to change or to accept or to forgive. Mm-hmm. He just wanted to be the strongest, to stop, to hurt, to harm. Like, whatever, everything Kingpin is, from that moment where his father was beating his mom, Kingpin was born in that moment. Mm-hmm. And that's the true nature.
That's who truly is.
Yeah. So that moment is not him. It's not him coming out of it going, "What did you do to me?" It's him coming out of it with the realization that he is not, what do you call it? He is not one for change. That the person he ultimately became is his final form, is the person he's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's who he should have been.
Yeah. But going through that ordeal did drain them. It drained both of them. So Maya's down, Kingpin's down. Kingpin's team gets him out because they're like, "Yo, we don't know what the fuck she did. We got to get his ass out of here." In the car, when he comes back, they tell him what's going on, and you can see his wheels turning. And he's like, "All right, she's got herself a little fortification here. I gotta go get somebody else. I gotta bring in more people." He makes a call to Tombstone.
Nah.
So if there's a season 2, Tombstone's the main guy now.
Okay.
Then on the plane, he sees, what do you call it? He sees the thing that, New York City mayor, somebody else got to run into the race because nobody likes the people in there, blah, blah, blah. And instead of him looking at it from the standpoint he did, where he's like, "Oh, well, I'm the traumatic guy who knows how the city, blah, 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 blah," like he did in reality in the show. He's looking at it from a place of, she tried to tell me I'm soft. I know I'm not. I just came to that realization. This is my one example to show everyone exactly who Kingpin is. So he's going to come into the race to truly become untouchable, so he can do whatever the fuck he wants and nobody can say shit to him. Because this whole time, a little twist, this whole time for Marvel, not for Netflix, but for Marvel, we've been dealing with Wilson Fisk. And now we saw the birth of Kingpin. And that's how I would have, little tweaks here and there.
Yeah. No, I'm with that. I like that. You know what I'm saying? It makes perfect sense. Like with that full turnover into the Kingpin. Like that he realizes, oh shit, I was never to be anybody different but the Kingpin, period. Yeah, with that. Kind of cross promote shit too. Do you have a show you wanted to do that wasn't Echo?
Huh?
Was there a show that you wanted to do that wasn't Echo?
Well, the only show I probably would have done, to be honest, I probably would have rewrote a little bit. Falcon and Winter Soldier. I probably would have done a little bit of tweaks there. I probably would have, if given enough time, I'd have done a little bit of tweaking to enhance U.S. Agent, and I'd have done come up with a better thing for the reveal of the Power Broker. But for that I need to, I'd need to sit down and actually think about.
Yeah. The whole, like, laying it out. Yeah. I mean, I'll be lucky. Fortunate for me, I had literally the storyline already done, and it would have made sense in New York. By the way, everything's based in New York, the first one, so kind of streamlined. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of, the Punisher literally pivot to the right, and he goes, "Got it. I know what I need to do." It's like I just stepped into more shit. But I don't know. I definitely like the fact that it does the whole ancestry thing, and yet it also is a case of Maya and Kingpin realizing who they really are.
Yeah.
A leap of faith, and then there's a leap of faith in one side and a realization of, I've been denying myself this whole time. I am a piece of shit. Technically, you know what I mean? And like in the terms of morality, I'm a piece of shit. But in his mind, he's like, shit, I should have been doing this years ago. How many motherfuckers I need more to kill with hammers to get to this point? You know what I mean? Which is, that's a good way of turning him that way. I like that. That's a good way of turning that dial to Kingpin. From Wilson Fisk, the whatever the businessman, to the actual kingpin of New York City.
Yeah, because the two things that really bothered me in the series were the fact that we don't know how Kingpin recovered. He just does it.
Like he just showed up on some.
Yeah.
It's just all right.
And I honestly think that, again, I said that last week. In a vacuum, the power set is cool. But in practicality, you took out her coolest power and gave her just generic shit. So I figured just mix them both.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. It's like there's some like how many people don't have enhanced speed, strength, and vulnerability, or like the super soldier serum.
Yeah.
Pretty
Pretty
much.
much. Yeah.
Like I swear to God, that's Marvel's go-to shit. Like
Yeah.
it's like the super soldier serum, but just not. No, it's the same fucking thing, bro. This is what you just did.
Yeah, it's funny for it only to have worked one time with Steve Rogers. A lot of other people fucking do it.
Right?
Yeah, it don't make Steve Rogers special no more.
Little pop quiz. Steve Rogers is not the only time it's worked. Felicia Harding, the Black Cat, she has super soldier serum in her because her father worked on the fucking original shit.
Absolutely.
And made shit that she was able to take.
Yeah. That's the funny part.
Are they doing a show with her too? Is that what?
There's two super soldiers out there the whole time. So everybody doesn't have to attack Cat. Just get Black Cat.
Yeah.
With all due respect, you think a chick like that gets that brolic out of left? Steve Rogers didn't get that jacked out of left. You know what I'm saying?
Although it is canon that Mary Jane does have a bigger ass than Black Cat.
I mean, listen, I'm gonna do this again because I got to do this shit. When they did the one with Tobey Maguire and they casted
Kirsten Dunst,
I don't give a fuck. And I'm like, have you seen the way they draw Mary Jane Watson? If Mary Jane Watson wasn't Hispanic, somebody lied to somebody out there.
At least half, right?
She was way too fucking thick to be white. I'm sorry, with all due respect. Nowadays, there's something, there's a lot of white girls getting it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I got to put up. Back then, sweetheart, let's be real here. Let's be 100%. Mary Jane Watson, because first of all, she had a nickname for him. That's legit Hispanic shit. She called him Tiger. Yeah. She had Hispanic. She didn't even know this nigga's name. Legit. She was just thick. I remember, like when they drew Rogue, I'm like, well, I'm not. If I'm the only one realizing how thick she is, I'm not. You don't see how thick Mary Jane is. Like, a shape, and I'm like, first of all, the writers back then were perverts. The artists. Let's make that 100% clear. Perverts. But I'm just like, she's too thick to be white, bro. That's impossible. Rogue, maybe from the South, with the South cooking. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Got some yams in you. Got some gumbo. No problem. But Mary Jane, I was like, nah, man, she's Hispanic, bro.
Yo,
fuck.
Did you see?
You know what I'm saying, man?
The panel where her and Black Cat were talking about that?
Yeah.
So she had to don Black Cat's suit and sneak into a place to make everybody think that the Black Cat's here to steal something while Felicia was actually stealing.
The Iron Fist Daredevil thing going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the panel, they're standing next to each other, and Felicia looks at her and goes, "Damn, I'm surprised you could fit in my costume." And I quote, "with your dump truck ass."
Because with all due respect, Felicia at that point has a muscular ass, right? And this is like Martin with Gina and Pam, right? You feel me, right?
Yeah.
Like one is toned and the other one is just it's there, man. You know what I mean? So you're like, so Mary Jane isn't Hispanic, bro? Is what you're trying to tell me? You won't tell me she's not? How many goes back to white goes back to with draper like that?
You don't know her actual name?
Thank you to point it out to me. Right? Mary J. Watson is somewhere. There's her mom got with a Spanish guy, and that shit happened. Prove me wrong. Pull up a picture of her and prove me wrong. Shit in the cartoon, in the anime, the cartoon that we saw in the 90s. I was like, first of all, by the way, Peter Parker was jacked.
Yeah.
He was brolic, son. He was massive.
It was hard to believe that he was a nerd.
I don't know how Flash Thompson was picking on that nigga. I was like, yo, you were brolic, son. Massive. But back to the original point is she was Hispanic. I don't care what anybody tells me. She was too thick for her own good, man.
Yep.
That's why Peter was on some like, oh, I'm going after that. She's calling me Tiger and all that shit. She want the Spider D letter.
Word. Shit.
But way off topic. You know what I'm saying? That's funny. The second show I had was Iron Shit. And that is not my thing. That is Horch's thing. Horchy does the podcast with you guys on Wednesdays, the sports one. He called it Iron Shit, and I was like, I have to use that. Because that's what the fuck that show was. For that potential for that character was so great.
Yep.
And then because that one actor didn't want to fucking train. Really, bro? You could have learned a fucking new skill, you piece of shit.
Yep.
Look at Ryan Reynolds. He did Amityville, right? And then he did Blade 3. He was like, yo, I'm going to say jacked. That's it.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I found the...
the panel? Oh, well, can't see
let me turn down the brightness.
Oh, there it is. Yep. Yo, bold letters, dumb trunk ass. Said, hey. But in this neighborhood, it would have been like, you're right. In this neighborhood. Not downtown. In this neighborhood.
Word.
You're right. Yeah, but Iron Fist was going to be the one I would have cast an Asian actor to play. Honestly, the guy I would have picked to play Iron Fist, I don't care how bad his English is, was the guy from The Raid. I don't know how bad his English is. That man can go. I need you 90% of you. You're the immortal Iron Fist. If you're going to say that shit 1,000 times, prove it.
At least once.
Mm-hmm. Or I would have.
Like, he hasn't even proved it once yet.
The guy who is now the lead character in the Mortal Kombat thing was the drunken guy he fought.
Yeah.
That guy I would have took instead of him. Oh, here's a fun fact. You remember in Batman when his father fought that first guy in the alley, the martial artist?
Yeah.
That's his father. That guy, that same guy, that's his pops.
Really?
Oh, you remember Tango and Cash, the guy that we're chasing in the beginning? That cat Tango was chasing?
Yeah.
They put the chair on his neck? That's his father. So a little fun 80s fact, but I would have picked him instead of I forget that dude's name. What's that white guy's name?
Oh, Finn Jones?
Yeah, whatever. I would have picked that guy. Because at the end of the day, Iron Fist is a title passed down. Like, people earn Iron Fist. You don't have to be any certain thing for it. At one point, a woman's an Iron Fist.
Yeah, they were trying to do that with the next season.
Yeah, with the girl. Yeah, with the girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny. I was hoping that Misty Knight and her would get their own show because that would have been dope.
Yeah, that would have been dope.
I was really pushing. I was like, yo, please let that happen, man. You know what I'm saying? But apparently she's gonna come back in the Daredevil series. Who,
Colleen or Misty Knight?
No, Misty Knight not yet. They haven't confirmed it yet, but she'll probably show up. And if they do, Luke Cage. That dude's doing evil. He's still young enough he still has that look, bro.
Yeah, and that's the one thing.
He wants to come back though.
Really?
Yeah, I've read at least one interview where he said he doesn't want to come back.
I really like.
Now, I don't know if that has changed or if they throw enough money at him, if he'll do it. But
yeah, I really liked him as Luke Cage. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. 100%. He had that whole. First of all, I just want to say when it comes to Luke Cage, what I loved about it the most, besides, is the way Harlem looked in it. They looked beautifully. It was beautiful. The culture, everything that came out of it. You know what I mean? Like Harlem's a place you wanted to go to. You know what I mean? especially in the barbershop. Forward, always forward. Me and my wife still use that to this day. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. I would hope he would come back. It's just the stupidest thing was to kill Cottonmouth. So stupid. So such a great villain.
I mean, he's gotta be Blade. So
Well, he wasn't gonna be Blade till deep. He could have done 4 seasons of Cottonmouth and then been Blade. Let's not be ridiculous here. Okay? Remember, Marvel has that problem of villains that they never had really great villains. Taskmaster. Sorry.
is that your example of one of the good ones?
For example, one of the horrible ones. I hope they fix it for Thunderbolts. Fuck me, man. Yeah. Did you have another one show that you wanted to finish? Did you wanted to change?
No. I felt like She-Hulk needed.
No, it does. You did it way better.
Yeah. I felt like, you know what happened was there was an ounce of thought that went into mine, and that was already 1,000 times more thought than went into the original. It's like secret invasion. Just needs to be. It's no longer a secret. That shit sucked.
Yeah,
you gotta get rid of.
If Disney could scrap a show or two, it would be She-Hulk and Secret Invasion. Because fuck me, man.
Yeah.
Because you know what it is to me is to have Hawkeye, Moon Knight, and then Ms. Marvel, and then you followed up with them shit shows. To me, I got nothing against Ms. Marvel, but Moon Knight and Hawkeye, especially Hawkeye, I was like that. To this, I was just telling. I told my wife about this. That scene where he's texting the son, and she's she's bringing it down to him, Bishop. I should not be shedding tears over this shit.
Yeah,
he's losing his hearing. So you're like,
yeah, no, that was a powerful fucking scene.
I don't need that, bro, right now. Why am I crying over Hawkeye? Nobody cares about Hawkeye. But I do all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? And then Moon Knight is that scene when they're in the room and you see what he becomes as a kid, he does have personality. You're just like, God damn, man. First of all, fucking people suck. Human beings are pieces of shit. Mostly his mom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I never thought I would see that for a woman, but go fuck herself. And I was just sitting there like, but also how dope is that he transforms into both Mr. Knight and then Moon Knight.
That's cool.
Yeah. That's the reason I got that thing from the Super X thing. I was like, that's just a dope looking suit. And I did order the Snake Eyes one, so that should be fun. By the way, have you guys read the Transformers G.I. Joe crossover thing they're doing?
No, I haven't read it, but I do know. I saw a little bit that Cobra Commander now has his own like Decepticon force.
Yeah, do yourself a favor. It's literally like 2 or 3 comics interweaved together, but the read so far, bro, is fucking fantastic. The way they're doing it, it is awesome. The way they do it together. I'm telling you, if you're gonna read like a comic book right now, get on that. And I had just read 2 Wolverine Predator comics.
I heard those are good.
Dope tie into the way it does it. Read that too, and like I said, go back and read the Marvel DC Deceased. Please read that, because that's the Elseworld shit that I was like, I didn't know I needed this. Now I need it animated, or I need it as a show, or I need it as something, because the way it does it, everybody can die. It's like Games of Thrones, but everybody can die. Like, you know what it is? Like, no one's safe. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then there's the one that was like Game of Thrones and DC. That's a good one. Where like you have Black Lightning has his own kingdom, the Amazons, Then Jarrell's, they have their own kingdoms, which is really, really weird. But once you get reading, you go, that's dope. So I would recommend, first of all, just because we're 80s kids, all of us, right here around the Transformers and G.I. Joe. Please pick that up and enjoy the fucking read. It's amazing, man.
I'm gonna look for that one. As we said many times on this show, I could literally be a G.I. Joe with the real life G.I. Joe.
I mean, that's what I mean. You can completely, and the way they introduce the G.I. Joes, you can go, I see it. You're like, I see it. You know what I mean? Right away, you see it. You know, and of course, Optimus is still a badass in the whole thing. And they show Starscream in a light that you never see it. You're like, wait, okay, so you're not the bitch ass everybody thought you were.
Okay.
So it's a good little. Tell you, let's read it, man. It's beautiful.
They're probably not going to do this because I have no faith in anybody in Hollywood right now. But should this be the template for that teased Transformer G.I. Joe movie?
I would definitely do it. I would do it that way. So, because here's the thing: is we all know it. When you have something laid out for you that's perfect, I mean, it's successful already. Why wouldn't you use it? I didn't ask you to remake the wheel. I'm asking you to put this on screen.
Yeah.
Don't get cute. I don't want your input. I don't give a fuck how you feel. Just put it on screen.
That's why I made the argument a couple of episodes ago where we need to stop hiring directors who have a vision.
Exactly.
Just hire directors that can put your vision on fucking screen.
And that was my whole thing about the Marvel Knights and the DC thing is like you have one person, right, who heads that division, right? And then they get directors that are street level kind of directors. Like if I'm gonna do a street level kind of spy thing, I'm gonna get the guy who did the Jason Bourne movies, except minus the cutting fight scenes because that was stupid. I never understood that shit. You know what I mean? So if I'm gonna do DC, I'm gonna do noir detective kind of deals. I'm gonna get directors that can do detective movies. Like the dude who directed LA Confidential is gonna do all of the question movies or shows.
Yeah.
Because it makes fucking sense. I need the heads of each to be like, yo, I need you to do this is the movie we're doing. You do movies like this. So let's go.
Yo.
If I want shit to blow up, I'll get Michael Bay.
They should have got Dick Wolf to write fucking She-Hulk.
If you want to do a courtroom drama, whoever directed A Time to Kill or The Client, get one of those two.
Yo, speaking of that, I got a question for you guys. Now, what director that hasn't already done one do you want to see direct a superhero movie? It's got to be a standalone, not tied into any universe. Just, I want to see this guy's version of blank superhero.
That's good. It's good. And it's funny because I literally was thinking about this the other day because I was watching Dark Man. I was watching randomly watching Dark Man. Good movie, by the way. Make no mistake, it's a good movie. But I was watching Dark Man with Taken, of course. And I'm like, yo, who could do that? And this is the director. He did Inception, right? Yeah, was it? No, it's not Inception. Not Christopher Nolan. Shit, it's like a horror movie. I forget the name of it. Sinister.
Okay.
The guy who created Sinister can do a great Voodoo Man movie. Either he can do The Image, the Voodoo Man, or he can do Brother Voodoo for Marvel. Because in the Voodoo thing, mostly for the Voodoo Man, it kind of has that really dark tilt to it about demons and stuff like that. And if you ever seen Sinister, it's pretty fucking sick. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna be mad at this.
What is that?
That dude directed Doctor Strange in Multiverse of Madness.
That was Sam Raimi?
Oh, it was no Scott. What was it? The fuck's this dude's name?
You know who directed
Scott
Sinners?
Derrickson. He's the guy who was supposed to do it.
Oh, he was supposed to do it, but he didn't. That's why he bailed out.
Fucked it up for everybody.
Say it. Or the guy who directed The
Shit.
Crow. Either one, you know what I'm saying?
Shit.
But it's it's one of those, I'm saying. Or yeah, like if it's like a movie like if you're gonna do if you do a Lady Shiva movie, Sam Ho, just bring in Sam Ho, bring in Donnie Yen. Just do me a favor, just step away, let them do their magic. Because Lady Shiva is the martial artist of DC. Step away, let them do their thing. That's all I need. I don't need you to get cute. I don't need your input. Let me do the martial arts thing. You shut your fucking mouth. That's all I need. Say. You go, Tom. Sorry.
The guy who did Judge Dredd?
Wait, which the Stallone one or the
No,
one
no.
with Carl Urban?
The one with Carl Urban. Dredd?
Yes, good. Dredd.
And I will have him do a Nova Corps movie.
Wait, do what?
A Nova Corps movie.
Huh. It's an interesting way of doing that. I would have pictured him for a Lobo. But it's also good.
Yeah.
That's Pete Travers.
There we go.
It's either that or the guy who did The Raid, and then we do a real Iron Fist fucking movie.
Oh, word, bro. Yo.
Gareth Edward?
Yeah, a real fucking
Yeah.
Iron Fist movie.
Holy shit, man. Because the shit we got, the Iron Shits.
Word.
I mean, you know what it is to me is you read the comics, you realize that there's so much potential in the character, right? That's what the thing is when you read a comic, yo, this dude on screen would be crazy. And then some asshole puts it on screen and you go, did we read the same comic book? I don't think we did, bro. I don't think you read what I read, bro. I don't think we read the same. Like the first Daredevil, not the director's cut, the original.
Yeah.
I got nothing against Ben Affleck, but fuck that movie.
No,
The saving
it's
grace
true.
is how funny Colin Farrell is as Bullseye. I don't know why he
Especially
had it indented in his head. That was weird.
Yeah, and that one random part where I want a fucking costume. What?
I'm like, what? No, then you got the tattoo here. Whatever the fuck that is. You know what I mean?
He didn't even brand himself. He just
Yeah, I'm like,
I love the costume was just a fucking leather jacket.
I remember when he used it in a way that made sense, like tactically, like he was. But I was still like, the part that I love and hate is Bullseye. I'm like, what? You got to tell us who you are? You think that shit on your forehead didn't tell us who you are?
shit. My favorite part of him is where he flicked the fucking peanut in that old lady's mouth.
To the old lady? Yeah. That was good. It was so ridiculous. It's funny. I remember when the first time I saw Michael Clark Duncan as Kingpin, I was like, I understand. Because Kingpin is all muscle. Michael Clark Duncan is a massive man. Makes sense. Like, oh, but he's black. That's your problem with the movie? That's your problem?
Yeah. It's Michael Clark Duncan. Like, yeah, if they would have got Cat Williams to be Kingpin, then I'd have been like, all right, nah, we can't fucking.
He fits the mass, and you believe it that he can be a Kingpin. I'm with it. But nobody had a problem with this chick playing a Greek girl. No, that's not a problem. That's okay. And then they did it in another movie. I go, but who said the first one was good for her to do?
Fox executives, that's who.
Oh my God, yeah. I'm telling you, man. Yo, those were good times, but dark times for comic movies as well.
Yeah, they
had
were
lot
good
of
because those are the only ones we were getting.
Yeah.
but dark
Yo,
because those were the only ones we were getting.
man. I remember enjoying Blade so much and not knowing who he was. The same way I enjoyed the Guardians of the Galaxy, like the same vibe. I had no idea. Like I knew who the Guardians were, but I didn't know that interpretation of the Guardians, like the members.
Yeah.
What I remember was Yondu, Mantis. Those are the ones I was introduced to when I read a few of the comics. But then Blade, I was like, yo, I have no idea who the fuck Blade is. The only Blade I remember is from the Spider-Man animated series. The only time I heard about Blade. Then I looked him up. I go in the 70s. It was racist. He was a basketball player. He had their like goggles. He literally had some like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar goggles. A fro. He was like a basketball player meets Shaft. So stupid. You can look it
Who
up.
also happens to be a member of the Scooby-Doo gang.
Exactly. All of a sudden, they fast forward to this Blade, and I'm like, fucking Wesley, Passenger 57 is killing vampires. Sign me up.
Yo,
Word.
dude, Wesley just has that. He has that factor, man. When you put him on screen, I've never seen even his bullshit movies. I've never seen him bad in it.
Yeah. I'm saying like when he turned around and they were shooting, he goes, "You out your mind, motherfuckers?" I was like, yes. Wesley has been wanting to be this black since Nino Brown. Don't I'm not lying. Like in Money Train when he goes like that, wait, who you calling a nigga? And then he kicks the dude. You're like, come on, son. Wesley's been dying to be Wesley for so long, and then he did it with Blade.
And Michael Jai White is dying to be Wesley's too, but he can't do it.
So much. You know how bad he wants to be Wesley Snipes, bro?
Yeah.
Like in his soul, he's like, yo, I can be Wesley, but you can't. Because there's one of them.
Yeah.
But the funny part is with that Blade movie, and I'm gonna say this shit till I die, and I'm a mountaintop. So let me get once we grow bigger, I'm gonna say this shit to the press. Very simply, Iron Man did not start the MCU. Blade did. If Blade fails, we don't get Spider-Man. We don't get none of that shit. You don't get the marketing, the money to get you up to the MCU level. For the love of fucking God, anybody out there, Blade saved Marvel, not Spider-Man. A black superhero saved Marvel. Robert Downey Jr. came in and he did his thing. By the way, I can't fuck Iron Man 1 because the villain is for some reason Iron Man villains are trash. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But Blade saved Marvel. Can we just thank Blade for being Blade? That's it. If we don't get Blade, we don't get Tobey Maguire, we don't get those, and don't get the balls to do more. Sorry. This doesn't happen. Okay? Come on. So what of the tax evasion thing? It happens.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. It's one of those things that always aggravates me. Like, yo, Iron Man. I go, Blade. Fucking Blade. I saw a list. I'm like, oh, the movies that started it all. I saw Iron Man. I was like, Blade.
Technically, Howard the Duck started it for everybody. Blade took the ball and ran with it. Blade is the Stone Cold Steve Austin of this.
And Howard the Duck is the what?
Is the Hulk Hogan.
By the way, props for being 40 years to this day that Hulkamania started. I sent it to Toe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send it to the guy that I know is a massive Hulk fan. I ain't gonna lie to you. When I hear that beat to this day, I get hyped.
Yo, for real.
And if you heard my friends and you heard my pride,
I gotta be a man. I can't let it slide.
You know. But the funny thing is, on the flip side, is when I hear that glass shatter, I want to stomp somebody's face. Doesn't make sense. Like I want to protect my people, then I just want to stomp somebody in randomly. You just fucking love wrestling. What do you want? By the way, folks, get ready for your CW to be loaded with wrestlers from NXT.
Yeah.
The next Extraction movie is gonna star
Von Wagner.
no Santos Escobar.
Huh.
Yo, what's Netflix is that WWE finds a way to get the guys in there. Yeah,
Yeah. They're gonna.
it's gonna be weird.
That's where their money's gonna come from. Because I've been saying this whole cameo shit with the celebrities and all that other stuff, and bringing back the legends. That's short term money.
Yeah,
By the mid this year or early next year, they're gonna have to figure out a way to make their money on their own stars, their own volition. And I guess now they're gonna have to do that shit with the CW and the Netflix movies.
And don't forget this: the Chump Champ is in Captain America: Brave New World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully they cut him out of it.
You don't know who the Chump Champ is? Is the what's the name of that championship? So on Raw.
The World Heavyweight.
The second
There
place.
you go. That one.
The
Chump
second place champion.
I don't say his name, but the Chump Champ.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not good enough to be Roman. You're second place.
Yeah. Though we made a title because everybody was bitching.
Exactly. Meanwhile, they should have just moved the IC title to that. That segment with him and Walter, where he was like, "Oh, you're the workhorse." Like you can tell it was condescending. You're like, "Oh, you're the workhorse, huh?" The fuck have I been doing?
Word.
I only made the IC title important again. This piece of shit that everybody didn't respect.
Yep.
Yeah, but you're the workhorse. Sure, whatever.
They just need to change the look of the IC title.
By the way, that CM Punk Cody Rhodes shit, I was not impressed with. I don't know about y'all.
No.
Really? That they were just pretty much being each other. They were trying to eat out each other. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to be more Cody. I'm trying to be more Punk than you. I'm like,
I thought those were two dope lines.
You know what's funny? You know, Dave is a massive Punk fan, and he didn't like that shit at all. Dave was
I can see that.
Right? He's awesome. I'm just like, all right, listen, you guys praise Cody for building a feud out of a promo. I don't see it. I never have. I never will. And I saw that shit, and I was like, no. Where's Jinder? Give me some Jinder Mahal.
Word.
I literally saw that. I saw that, and I was like, yo, can I get that Walter promo back?
Yo, I'm literally sitting here going, Dusty Rhodes called you out of everyone that's there? He called you?
Exactly.
And that, like in the beginning, he goes, I want to talk about your father. I was like,
here we go. Yeah, that's original. That's original.
I can turn this shit off now. I'm surprised CM Punk just didn't. Let me tell you something, baby. My son gonna be a wrestler, baby, and I need you to look out for him, baby. Like, you know, like the weird fucking accent and shit. Like
everybody does the impression, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, a side note, props to Roman on doing. You have it. You can't lose it if you wanted to. I can't do that shit. Save my life. But he did, and I was like, damn, that's pretty good. You spend a lot of time around Dusty, bro. He said, you can get rid of it if you wanted to. In other words, you don't have it. I'm sorry. I to this day, and Toe knows it because Toe's with me, do not understand this Cody shit. I don't. I can't get behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like Roman said, he goes, yo, and you came back and you told your back, your body quit on you. You're not meant to be here.
Yeah.
Do you not understand that, bro? It's just your body quit on you, bro. Your body said, not today. Am I the only one seeing that? You know what I mean? I'm sorry.
Nah, I think it's because they did the whole, I have to finish the story, and now everybody wants to see, I want to be there when Cody wins the title. I want to see it. Because you know damn well when he wins the title, but he's been the champion for too long. Yeah. We need a new champion. When second place champion won the championship, oh, at least he's gonna defend the title. Oh, he's been the champion for too long. When is someone else? Jinder, why don't we get Jinder to be the champion? All of us. It's like, really? And then they're mad at Roman. I had to explain to show on Thursday, like, yo, Roman is a commodity right now.
Yeah.
Dude,
Roman is the guy you pay to see, and you don't get him unless you pay him big bucks.
yeah, Roman is boring, bro. 3 years into this shit, it's like the COVID fucking pandemic. It's like, all right, we're done. We're over it. We need to move on and do something better.
I'm saying, I
But
mean,
Roman isn't boring.
We got the bloodline. We got some good stories out of him. And the fact is, like, if you're gonna be important, you have to be important. Like, yo, listen, you defend the IC title every night or the US title, fantastic. You gotta come see me today.
Yeah.
Be the one to be the guy, but you're not the guy. You're the guy that wants to be the guy, but I am the man. And I get it, yo. I get that the title reign isn't for everybody. No problem. I understand that. But people have been begging for a consistent, dominant champ for whatever. Now you got your Thanos, and now you have a problem with your Thanos.
Yeah.
And the
They got a
Thanos
problem.
gives you a great storyline with, yo, by the way, I fuck with Sami Zayn all day when he was Generico and all that shit. Did I like him in the bloodline? Not so much. But it was a good story that he was at it. I'm still going with the Jay story. Who started this whole shit? Jay and Roman. Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody. That was the pin that dropped.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yo, but how?
Why the fuck does Cody matter in all this? Who fuck his story?
Yeah.
Here's
I
my
would
problem.
rather give LA Knight a shot before Cody.
Dude, LA Knight's a
came out of
flashy
nowhere.
fan.
I'm just saying. What story is Cody finishing? Please tell me. Now he started with Roman.
Well, it has nothing to do with Roman. It has to do with the belt that Roman's holding.
It has to do with the titles, but the strap that the chump has looks more like the title his father won once.
No, but the story is not him getting the 10 pounds of gold again or the big gold. The story is that one picture where Dusty almost won the WWE championship. That's the story he needs to finish, is getting that WWE championship.
I'm sorry, I'm not sold on that. Fuck Cody and everything he runs for. But I get how some people are like, oh, he needs to finish the story.
I get that, because I'm not sold on Roman Reigns needing every member of his family to win every match he's ever been in for the last 3 years.
Listen, if you're gonna be honest, that's the reason I have a problem with Cody and the story shit, is because the same way they do with Seth Rollins, they make it seem like this motherfucker turns into the Terminator, and this nigga's Majin Buu every time he fucking wrestles someone. You can't beat this fucking guy, no matter what. And I still want some kind of possibility of this guy losing.
Adversity,
and like how it pisses you off that Roman needs his whole family to beat him. It pisses me off that this guy really needs to have Roman have his whole family come in to beat him. Like, you're telling me that Roman couldn't beat Cody Rhodes by himself.
But he did.
Especially if you're going to wait 2 years after he beat Cody for Cody to finish the story. He could have did it clean, and we would have forgot about it, and he would have been able to come in there and get the title again. Because now everybody that Cody got a beef with is on Cody's side.
I'm just saying is I feel like a lot of people are not appreciating Roman, period. Where he came from, where he's at now.
Yeah.
I feel like it's not appreciation for what he's done. The way he came up.
I can tell you why I don't appreciate it.
He literally pushed WWE through the pandemic.
You know what they're doing?
Because we watched SmackDown. Yo, who the fuck watched SmackDown before that shit happened?
Nobody.
Shit, we don't watch SmackDown now.
Yeah. But that's because Sasha Banks ain't there.
No, it's true. Yeah.
Yo, but I'll tell you why I don't appreciate Roman. Because for 4 years or for 6 years before this whole acknowledge me shit, they tried so hard to push him down our throats to make him the top guy.
Agree.
Then all they did was found a way to do it. So I don't see him earning his spot. They found a way to give him the spot they always wanted to give him.
See, here's a thing that I don't think is being appreciated is that I've said this all the time that Jericho said, "Yo, if you let Roman be Roman, he's the coolest guy in the room, right, Tuck?
Yeah.
Coolest guy in the room, right? Now he's being Roman. You look at Roman Reigns, not with the contact, just Roman Reigns the way he is now. Look at that dude. You're gonna tell me you don't see that dude like, yo, that's a champion. Look at him, just Roman Reigns. They go, yo, that's a champion.
Yeah,
tell me
he's
that
a champion.
isn't a champion.
47 years?
Well, you know what they're doing? They're erasing McMahon's history.
Yeah, that's true. They are. They're systematically doing that.
This is McMahon's fucking guy.
No, but this is the thing though. The longest reigning tag team champions, the New Day, the Usos, the longest reigning Intercontinental champion, Walter, the longest reigning WWE champion, Roman Reigns. There's no more Bruno. There's no more Honky Tonk Man. There's no more fucking Demolition or whoever the fuck it was. You know, now it's but now it's
a new day.
It's the new era. It's Triple H's era.
Yeah, he's not wrong. It's not wrong. You know what I'm saying? As you're trying to erase a piece of shit Smith, and don't get me wrong, nothing McMahon did back then was a mistake. Genius mind. He understood business. He understood business. McMahon was a man that understood business, but as a human being, he was a piece of shit. Listen, I want to clarify because I call him a piece of shit, and people are like, yo, you know, he did the Attitude Era. I understood it. I got it. I loved it. But fuck him as a human being. But as a businessman, he was, I mean, nobody was touching him. You know what I mean? Bischoff tried. Yeah. And he was there. And then they just added 7,000 members of the NWO and they failed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was so close. Yeah. And then you just, damn, bro. But my thing with Roman is you got to appreciate, and I said this to everybody. It was one night he came out in his hometown of Pensacola, Florida, and they booed the shit out of him. How often does that happen to a wrestler?
Yeah, the only other time was Dominic.
That doesn't happen, right? That doesn't happen.
Sorry, Dom and Nick Mysterio.
Well, I mean, he go fuck himself. You know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? If hit the weight room, we'll talk. But anyway, that day I was like, yo, I'm going to fuck with Roman all day. You know why? Because if his hometown can't appreciate him, then he came back. At the leukemia thing. By the way, the leukemia thing helped. Make no mistake.
Yeah.
That shit was...
that helped a lot.
That helped a lot. It's not get cute here.
Here's the thing. You know how we say that the Marvels, right? You can skip the Marvels.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. 3 matches on any premium live event or pay-per-fucking-view that you could skip. Seth Rollins defending his title.
Yep.
Because you know he's not going to lose it.
Absolutely.
Even with his back injury and he's a paraplegic. Roman Reigns, he's not going to lose his title.
No. I could guarantee.
And Cody Rhodes, he's not going to lose a major fucking feud match.
There's no more mystery.
3 of your biggest stars in which we can roll up to a pay-per-view, and when they come on, just turn it off and go to sleep.
No,
so what good are they?
What I'm trying to tell you is the progression from a man from being a hated John Cena carbon copy to literally being the Thanos of the WWE. You have to admit that swing is fucking impressive. That's an impressive fucking swing, bro. You don't do that shit from just out of nowhere. Don't get me wrong. Is the title reign a little longer than it should have been? Sure. But you know what I love about it is how much is pissing people off. That this is the reigns they wanted, and now they don't want it. You asked for this reigns. You asked for the heel, for the bad guy. You got the bloodline. You got his family. The Usos have stepped up. Solo stepped up. Shit. You got Paul Heyman in it. Fuck, man. Paul Heyman's here, man.
And it also...
Come on. And now, and then on top of it, Reigns' promos have improved. The Usos have improved as characters. Solo is. By the way, I don't like that Solo's losing all the time. I'm not. He beats John Cena and then he loses to Randy Orton. Go fuck yourself. But whatever. You know what I'm saying? We are getting this evolution of more people stepping up. Yo, Jey Uso is on Raw. out selling merch like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is he doing anything?
Yo, we gotta. And Roman said it. Yo, the most charismatic dude out of our family isn't me. It's Jay. And Jay is not being Jay. He's being Hood. Appreciate the Jay right now. Appreciate Roman. Jim's being a clown. Appreciate him. And Solo's being I don't know why he's the next heir, but they're doing that. I'm saying is appreciate what we have now. Because sooner or later, Roman's going to decide to go to Hollywood. They're going to be stuck with Cody. What are we going to do with Cody? Cody's going to be a 4-month champ.
Dude, it could be worse. We could be stuck with LA Knight, who is not as good as the crowd chanting his name thinks he is.
On the mic, he is. Look, LA Knight is everything The Miz wishes he was.
No, not true. That first big time promo he had with Roman Reigns, but John Cena was sitting in the ring with him.
Which I don't know why the fuck Cena need to be
Was
there, but
not strong at all.
I hear you. You know what I'm saying? But when he did say suffering succotash, I know who popped. Toe popped.
Yeah.
He goes, I'm not gonna lie to you. He's right. You know what I'm saying? But all right, so let's say but then we do have the Carmelo Hayes that they're bringing up. We do have these individuals. You know what I'm saying? Yo, the next big heel champion should be Walter. He's proved it with the IC title. He should be the next big heel champion. If for some reason Cody wins it and finishes the story, what that means? Walter dethrones him right away. Now he can start a new story that matters.
Yeah.
The same. And
but
then
for that, why not just?
It's one of those.
For that, why not just cut out the middleman and fuck Cody Rhodes and just have Walter dethrone Roman Reigns?
Well, you know what I think is going to happen.
My first person to dethrone Roman is Jay to finish the actual fucking story.
Yeah.
Dude,
you know what I think is going to happen?
Jay's not good enough for the fucking world title.
Listen, I think he can be. No, he doesn't need to. He doesn't need to be the next guy. He beats Roman for the title, and he could lose it to Walter. He could do whatever. You give him that one little run. Edge wasn't good enough for the title either, and they gave it to him 87 times. Yeah. But what I'm thinking is happening right now. I think they're gonna do the whole Cody goes to SmackDown in September, and he does this shit with Roman, and Walter becomes the world champion and does that shit on Netflix.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, like I told Ray, I was like, yo, if it's not Jay, then it's Walter.
Because they're the only ones. To be honest with you,
one heel.
Right now, Walter is the only one that's built able to beat Roman. They steamrolled Jay. Like Jay was coming in 120 miles an hour, and them motherfuckers put the cinder block, the stone walls up, and he smashed into that shit and landed right into Cody's lap.
Yep. Like when we talk about believability in wrestling, and it would be Walter. He's literally as dominant of a champion as Roman has been, but more consistent with the matches. Yo, he had a barn burner with Gable.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that like Gable is the truth. He should have been Angle's son in that angle, but whatever.
Yeah.
You know what? Yo, listen, we've spoken about that in length. Who should have been come on now.
Yeah.
But you do that, right? And then you have the shit with Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. You have these fucking brutal matches. And then if they are smart enough, they'll get Dragunov up there and then have another match with Dragunov just for the sake of people the pay-per-view can watch it that didn't watch in the pandemic because it was in Europe. watch that match and go, yo, that's fucking wrestling, bro. Because Dragunov has no problem getting his chest welted up, apparently. He don't give a shit about his chest. Fuck his chest. You know what I'm saying? But then after that, if it's not Jay, Walter to dethrone Roman, 100%. 100%.
And
Cody's not believable at this point. He's not believable. I'm sorry. I can't believe it.
There's only one person that should dethrone Roman.
Who's that?
The Rock.
You know what's funny? Why would that make sense? I was trying to explain to somebody how that doesn't make sense. And they were like, yo, but it's The Rock. You're not understanding. I'm talking about the fact that you need somebody that's going to continue to wrestle to have that fucking title.
No, because look at this makes perfect sense. If you're only going to give that title to Cody for 4 months or for Jay for 4 months before Walter or somebody else takes it, why not give it to the fucking Rock and prove once and for all the perfect way to end the bloodline story is for the Rock to come up and be like, you ain't the head of shit. Shut the fuck up.
I would prefer him, The Rock, to further cement Roman and then him lose it to somebody. Because, at the end of the day, he's on the board now of the TKO. I don't know if you know that. He's on the board of the TKO. Now he has all the rights to
ownership of the Rock mantra now.
So imagine him going, yo, I'm gonna go over. People are gonna be like, yeah, are you? Ironically, now he's somehow Triple H's boss. Isn't that ironic, huh?
Yeah.
That's gonna be awkward for the next meeting, isn't it?
I mean,
but props to Triple H on booking stuff now. I so happy he's in the driver's seat because he's understanding things better, and I'm
but he needs to hire someone better than who they got to write Raw, because that shit is horrible. They're still doing the last minute storytelling shit because there is no one besides Walter that's been built up at any point. Like Maxine right now has a better fucking credibility of wrestling Roman Reigns than anyone on that fucking roster. She's been built up.
But isn't that always been the trouble with wrestling, period, no matter what company, building new stars?
Yeah.
I have a question for you. Why aren't Johnny Gargano and Ricochet your top baby faces? Like your top, literally, Rocky baby faces. Like all odds are against them. Why is that possible? Why is it not one of your best
right now?
Ricochet's supposed to be, because remember he wrestled Logan Paul.
I'll tell you right now, but
let's not get started on that. Because you know how many people give a shit for that? We need to put them on a bigger level. How did that work out?
We need you to come on Thursday, so we can have this conversation.
I'll tell you right now, Gargano, no matter who's running the show back there, Gargano's still 2 feet too short to be a major player. And Ricochet is about as charismatic as this wall behind me. He might be athletic.
Back there, but
But he has no charisma whatsoever.
I got it. So why isn't Gable? And he's able.
Yeah.
I mean, when you make shoosh something popular, shoosh, that's so it's so stupid, but it's so.
Again, Gable's about a foot too short.
But that's the thing is you got to have that.
You think Hunter changed the game? He didn't. He's still going out there, and you still got to have a certain look. He's not just gonna elevate anybody to these fucking spots.
That's that bullshit. It don't make no sense. Like
think about it.
How much fun would have the underdog guys to win? That's the point of it. It's just you want to tell a story. Well, if the underdog guy to win, the underdog.
Yeah.
How come no one in the Judgment Day is a fucking world champion? Like Finn Balor was the first Universal. He could have been world champion.
Hold up, time out. Finn Balor had everything going for him. That New Japan hype and all that shit, everything going for him. And somehow Seth Rollins fucked up. You know who fucked it up for him? I'm sorry. You know who fucked it up.
Dude,
I'm just saying.
you know me.
Is he not? Wait, is Finn Balor not big enough? True.
Yo, I'm a Finn Balor fan.
Me too.
I'm
Way back.
a
Prince
Prince
Devitt.
David fan.
Prince Devitt. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but his window came and he missed it.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that. His
He didn't
window
miss
was
it.
there and he
It was
missed it.
taken from him.
Same with Shinsuke.
Oh my God.
Shinsuke Nakamura's window came and went, and he missed it.
No, these windows weren't missed. They were taken because for some reason you don't see a foreigner, especially for some reason anything that's not like an Asian, like he won the Rumble, right? And for some reason that match with AJ just fell flat.
Because Vince McMahon does not like wrestling.
Yeah.
That should have been the fucking Wrestle Kingdom fucking rematch that everybody want to see on the biggest stage ever. But Vince McMahon does not like wrestling.
And this is why I'm worried about Okada coming to WWE.
Okada should never come. As much as I would love, because most of my favorite wrestlers have nothing to do with the WWE.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Okada is just going to be wasted because I don't think his English is good enough.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, in America, the majority of the fucking idiots who watch WWE, they do two things. One, they only fucking watch WWE. And two, if you don't sound like them, they don't give a fuck about you. And the only reason Oscar can get away with it is because rule number 3, women's wrestling doesn't really matter.
Yeah. And I've always said Okada is who Randy Orton would have been if he would have took wrestling seriously. Because Okada is he had that Randy Orton thing going, like that kind of out of makeup. Like New Japan, they're like, yo, how do you build the perfect wrestler? And it's Okada. It's literally Okada. Okada's a bigger dude, the way he's built. But Okada did one thing that Randy didn't. He took it seriously.
Yeah.
And that's why he's always been, if not the best wrestler at one time, one of the best, period. I mean, his shit with Kenny Omega is fucking legendary. But I put it up on Dave's post. I go, yo, don't mess this up. I'm just so afraid of Okada going to WWE. I'm like, but he's going to go to NXT first. I'm like,
yo, NXT.
So
Vince McMahon destroyed NXT with making it 2.0.
Oh yeah.
Like if Okada goes to NXT, that'd be like Leonardo DiCaprio showing up to do a fucking $15 bootleg horror movie.
That Leonardo DiCaprio doing the real world.
Yeah, like he's too big to be in NXT.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that completely horrifies me because of the talent. You know what I mean?
Yo, what horrifies me is he's gonna get there and Shinsuke is gonna look at him and go, yo, we don't have to carry the company. They're gonna pay us buku bucks. We get to fucking surf all day. We get to relax.
Mm-hmm.
Every once in a while, they tell us to go out there and do a good storyline. Otherwise, we're cool. And Okada's gonna be like, good, I can fucking take it easy now.
Yeah.
This is my retirement.
Said I put my body through all fucking hells for the other company.
Yo, that's why I said Shinsuke missed his window. He's too content with doing nothing right now.
If Okada wants to coast, he's earned it. With all due respect to anybody else, Okada's the Wrestle Kingdoms, the Jacob matches. You know what I'm saying? Everything he did. If any man has earned the wrestling relaxation, it's Okada, man. Because he literally took a company, put it on his back, and he went with it, man. When Kenny left and the other people left, he was still there on some, hey, I'm still the guy, man. I'm still the guy. So, yeah, man. I mean, I don't know how to turn into a wrestling podcast, which is fun. But
yeah,
it's
I mean, neither of us are on the Thursday show, so
yeah, well, you know what it is. I try to get it all in at once, but I'm gonna try to show up Thursday.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? It's just the same thing with, I think I feel the same thing kind of with Phil Roman. Like Remember when Okada was in TNA as Kato?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Now he came back. He went into Japan, rebuilt himself, and said the Rainmaker. And I'm like, shit, bro. You've come a long fucking way, brother.
Yeah, man.
And you know, if WWE wants to pay him millions to just coast, I got nothing wrong with that.
Yo, let's answer the question right now before we head out.
Mhm.
Given a 100% legitimate chance, would you rather Okada dethrone Roman or Jay
Jay.
over Okada?
That's literally that story. I started that story with Jay, and I felt Jay from the beginning, and I felt Roman too. Like I get where Roman's coming from, but I also get where Jay's coming from. Yo, they literally started the bloodline, and nobody wants to fucking recognize that. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. They started the bloodline. One of the greatest stories we've seen in the last 20, 30 years, possibly, in the WWE through the pandemic and on, adding members. But the point is, the focal point has always been Jay and Roman, no matter what goes on in that storyline. Look, when he was talking to Jimmy last SmackDown, the SmackDown before, he was like that. Yeah, the other one talking about Jay. Jay is like the Cowboys in Roman's head. We live rent-free in everybody's life. Always here. And it makes sense because Jay and Roman started it. That was the beef. I don't know why I feel like I'm losing my shit telling people, yo, it should be Jay to do it. Like, oh, like I remember one dude literally goes, but Jay lost so many times. Doesn't everybody lose to the main champ many times and then all of a sudden come back and beat him?
Seth Rollins was on a losing streak when he got his title shot at Royal Rumble. He was on a losing streak when he fucking won the title at Crown Jewel.
He
Clash of
fucking
Champions.
lost his way to a championship.
Yeah.
Remember that
I'm
shit?
not arguing that.
Remember
Yeah.
that shit, too?
Yep, I remember that.
Remember that shit, too? When's the
Yeah.
last time we were like, yo, did he win the televised match? We was on the podcast and nobody answered us.
Yeah.
To justify him
I
being
don't see
a contender.
Jay big enough to hold that fucking title, man, to win that belt.
Well, you know what it is now? Now he got the time. Because right
But you
now,
know,
he is
He's not
like
doing
he's
shit on Raw.
the third
this,
third or fourth most selling merch right now, the Yeet shirt. So right now, there's time to build them up. This is how you build people up. You know, and then most importantly is he pinned Roman. He was one of the few people that ever pinned Roman. That's something right there. And like, remember, that promo was like that. You know what? I'll beat you. I'm going to beat you again.
I'm telling you, yo, when he came to Raw, he should have had a feud with Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens gets sent to SmackDown. Have a feud with Sami Zayn because Sami Zayn thinks that he's the reason why they moved him over to SmackDown. Then they find out it was Cody Rhodes who moved Kevin Owens to SmackDown. Then he has a feud with Cody Rhodes because now it's like, yo, you put me in, you put beef between me and my brother and shit like that. And let him have these feuds with the top guys to show that he's just as fucking good.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
But they put him in a tag team.
You know what I don't understand? How does Cody, how is he able to move somebody?
Yo, I think he's a fucking EVP. I think they hired him to be an EVP or something.
I miss where Cody can say where somebody goes. I was sitting there like, Cody brought you here?
Bro, I mean,
I miss something. Huh?
He didn't like sign him to Raw. He went to Adam Pearce and said, "Yo, you got to sign this guy." So he spoke on his behalf. He didn't fucking put pen to paper.
I'm saying it's so weird. But I tell you this much. I do like the fact that Nick Aldis is on some like, oh, you make the mistake, Paul. We're not equals. I run this shit. You're mistaken who we are in this. You don't get who's who. General manager, talent. Go fuck yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
And he can still wrestle though. Nick Aldis can still wrestle, so that should be interesting.
I thought he had a legit back injury. That's why they made him general manager.
Yeah, but the point is, look, Sean had his injury. I think Aldis has at least a solid at least 5 matches in him, and I was always a fan of his. I honestly wish McGinnis can wrestle. Holy fuck, is Ring of Honor run,
Yo,
man.
if that motherfucker could wrestle, man.
I'm in. Sign me up, bro. All day, every day, baby. That man is legit something else, man. But yeah, yeah, man. I don't know if we got to wrestling, but we're here. But the
Yeah.
point is, we did cover the show's thing.
Yep.
We were rewriting the stuff. We wrote WWE a little bit, complained,
Yeah.
Cody and
Shit,
shit.
we
We did all the fun stuff. You know what I'm saying?
we got to catch up with Lay. Shit.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. You know what I mean? It's been a minute. Love you guys. I love being back. It was really fun, man. I missed the fuck out of this, man. You know what I'm saying? I really did.
Shit, we miss you, man. Like you said, the door is always open.
Absolutely. Trying to find
No
the
forbidden doors
time
here.
now that stuff is a little more, scheduled. It's not.
Yeah.
It sounds nice. Kids don't let you schedule shit. They do what they do.
Nah, I hear
Which
you.
is beautiful. It's a beautiful chaos, and we love our kids. You know what I'm saying? They're amazing, but they are chaos at the end of the day. And still, I'll try my best to be on Thursday. You know what I mean? Because like I said, there's some points I need to make.
Yeah.
Oh shit, man! There's some points I need to make to the Codys and the Chump fans and all those. Realize, yo, spot is not earned. Oh, to the punks out there.
Word.
Man, I was a massive Punk fan for a long time, and now I'm just like, go fuck himself, man. I can't fuck with that dude right now, bro. I can't. I'm sorry, man. I backed you because you were against the system. Now you're for the system. Goddamn Punk. I love you, brother. 1 point.
Because no matter what
If
anybody
we
says,
were to fight, it'd be his MMA career. So go figure that out. Sorry. That's a low blow.
But-
Sorry. I'm sorry.
no, but like no matter what anybody says, the money's always greener in the WWE.
Exactly. Saying, but again, always great being on. Thanks for having me on. Pleasure. Can't wait to be back. And most importantly, the comments I told you to go read them, please.
Right.
Especially right now, if you're an '80s fan, Transformers and GI Joe, go pick that up, please. You will not be upset. You'll love it.
Definitely. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, is your friendly neighborhood knuckleheads signing out.